Today, a large number of Christians consider King James and his King James Bible to be divine or nearly divine. They consider the King James Bible to be the only truly inspired Bible, assuming it represents a perfect translation from the original texts and communicates accurately all that God spoke in the past and wants us to believe today. Others of us may not go quite so far as to call the King James Bible the only true Bible, but we would give King James a whole lot of credit for all the hard work he did in making sure people could finally read the Bible in English. After all, King James did what he did out of sincere motives, right? Hi, this is Dolly Weber, and I'd like to share with you some interesting lesser-known facts about King James, his friends, and his Bible. Let's jump right in. King James lived from 1566 to 1625. And by the time he died, he had been king of 3 different countries, England, Scotland, and Ireland. And in 1611, he and those helping him completed a Bible labeled with his own name, the King James 1611 Bible. In his work, History of the English-Speaking People, Sir Winston Churchill stated the following about King James. James was much addicted to his favorites, and his attention to handsome young men resulted in a noticeable loss of respect for the monarchy. Why did Sir Winston Churchill say such a thing? He said it because it was true. King James was openly bisexual, but he preferred men and never tried to hide the fact either. When James officially arrived in Scotland at the age of 13, people were busy already watching him. He met a man by the name of Esme Stuart, the Duke of Lennox. Esme was almost 3 times James's age and also married with 5 children. Esme was a Frenchman who had very fine taste in clothes. James and Esme hit it off immediately. They also immediately began displaying their affections for one another in public, much to the shock of those who watched. Scottish Calvinists at the time were so concerned about the king's public behavior, they began speaking out, saying that Esme was trying to draw the king to carnal lust. Another observer stated that James became in such love with him that in the open sight of the people, James would often clasp Esme around the neck with his arms and kiss him. The relationship caused such concern that in August of 1582, a group of Presbyterian nobles led by William Ruthven, Earl of Gowrie, took extreme measures. They actually abducted King James, forced Esme Stuart to leave Scotland, and held King James at the Ruthven Castle until Stuart was gone. With the affair behind him, James continued to prefer male company. However, he was compelled to find a suitable wife for purely political reasons and decided on a 14-year-old woman, Anne of Denmark. The 2 of them had never met, but he married her by proxy. Their early marriage seemed to work out. They managed to have 3 children who survived to adulthood. However, as time went on, King James's affection once again shifted back to young men. History records many stories about the 2 more prominent male lovers that had called King James's personal chambers their home. His first male companion after Stuart was Robert Carr, a pretty young Scot, as James described him. He had first been King James's page, but then became his close male companion. That companionship lasted from 1607 to 1615, but ended when Carr fell in love with a woman and decided to marry her. Other close associates of King James were able to find a replacement for Carr, and his name was George Villiers. Of George, King James is recorded as saying, "His legs were wonderful." King James was quite proud of his homosexual relationships. Not only was he brazenly public about them, but he also defended his relationship to George Villiers before the Parliament. In his speech to Parliament, King James once stated the following incredibly blasphemous words, and I quote, "You may be sure that I love the Earl of Buckingham more than anyone else, and more than you who are here assembled, for Jesus Christ did the same, and therefore I cannot be blamed. Christ had his John, and I have my George." So to restate that, King James VI, whose name appears on the front cover of millions of our Bibles, announced to his parliament that day that Jesus was a homosexual too, and his lover's name was John. George Villiers went on to become King James's favorite companion, replacing Robert Carr not only in bed, but as Earl of Somerset. King James also promoted Villiers to become Master of the Horse, Earl of Buckingham, and Lord High Admiral. Villiers stood by King James as loyal bedmate and assistant in rulership until the king died in 1625. That's interesting. These are actual historical records with historical testimonies on them. I wonder why we never learned about these special friends of the Bible man when we were in Sunday school. We also know that King James was undeniably a Freemason. On April 15th, 1601, he was initiated at the Lodge of Scone, Scotland, at the age of 35. In the archives of the actual Lodge of Scone in Scotland, they keep a document called the Perth Agreement. That document attests to several items in the history of the lodge. The document states that in 1601, King James VI of Scotland, at his own request to John Milne, who was the king's own master mason and master of the Lodge of Scone, was entered freeman, mason, and fellowcraft, and during all his lifetime he maintained the same as one member of the Lodge of Scone. A Freemasonic website out of Canada states the following. On the west wall of the lodge hall used by Lodge Scone in Perth No. 3 in Perth, Scotland, you can see a mural depicting King James kneeling at their altar in his initiation. On that website and from countless other sources, we find pictures of that mural, as you can see here. The greatest evidence for King James's heavy involvement with secret societies, however, comes from the very pages of the King James Bible itself, containing an abundant array of Freemasonic, Rosicrucian, and alchemic symbols starting right on the title page, which you will see in a moment. Not only was King James himself highly involved in this secret society, but he was very close to another man who was chief of the Rosicrucians at the time, and that was Francis Bacon. After King James ascended to the English throne in 1603, he knighted Francis Bacon and then appointed Bacon to assist in producing the King James Bible. And according to Manly P. Hall, stated during a lecture on Rosicrucian and Masonic origins in 1929, quote, "The first edition of the King James Bible, which was edited by Francis Bacon and prepared under Masonic supervision, bears more Mason's marks than the Cathedral of Strasbourg." End quote. So who was Francis Bacon? He was a prolific writer who wrote the New Atlantis, for which many people call him the father of the New World Order. Rosicrucians today claim that Bacon, even though dead, continues to actively transmit secrets. Francis Bacon's involvement with the King James Bible, though substantiated, raises great questions. Not only was he versed in magic and sorcery as a master mason, Rosicrucian, and alchemist, but Francis Bacon studied under one of the highest magicians ever recognized by man, a man who passed the baton of his wizardry to Francis Bacon himself. That man was John Dee. So who was John Dee? John Dee is still recognized today as a magician and sorcerer of greater power and knowledge than anyone who has followed him in the black arts. Communicating with the use of a stone given to him by a dark angel, John Dee entered a realm of necromancy and communication with a specific realm of evil spirits called macrobes, which involved scrying, channeling, and Enochian magic. He literally entered a demonic portal, the effects of which we may be witnessing even today.
John Dee, cut a long story short, said, well, we need another approach. We'll not stop with the development of the hardware, keep that going, but we're going to need an altogether different approach. And he contacted his patrons, the Queen of England and her coterie, these original Illuminati types, and he said, what we need to do is go to a completely higher form of intelligence, not extraterrestrial, but pan-dimensional. They may be able to help us with this. This is not the first time that such a portal has been opened on our Earth, and it wasn't the last. John Dee contacted some beings that C.S. Lewis refers to as the macrobes. He says that under our level of perception, we have the microbes. A couple of hundred years ago, if you had talked to anybody about microbes, microbial life, bacteria, they'd have laughed at you. They'd have thought you were insane and probably locked you up if you described that. Then we invented the telescope, and now it's common knowledge, right? A whole universe of life forms, right? Beneath our perception of vision. Well, C.S. Lewis says there is another level above us, on the next level up almost, which is the same. You can't have a physical instrument so much to deal with it. The instrument of noticing that and knowing that is the human intuition. Or shall we say the human imagination. But John Dee, being an occultist and a magician of very great power, opened a portal in England in the 14th century. The 15th century was opened in England. And he contacted beings of a higher grade of intelligence. This thing is a whole study in itself to do with occultism or what have you. And he contacted these microbes. And these microbes actually don't like being pestered by inferior types like him. And we can't say they're good or they're bad, you know, that those terms ain't going to work with this. But the long story short, as his mind is nearly frazzling with their interaction, they actually did tell him, oh yeah, what's your problem? And they said, oh yeah, we have no problem with that. We can help you with that. We can, you know, fix that. And he goes, well then let's do it. But the only trouble was that in order to do it, the information that they had to pour through his consciousness, he very quickly realized would take literally thousands of years to manifest in physical time. When the information started transmitting through his work, and his work was called Enochian magic, for those who happen to be into that, you know, when you see all those lovely pictures and quaint images of magicians in circles and all these symbols around and the 5-pointed pentagram and all that stuff, have you ever noticed how many of those symbols are actually planetary symbols for the start? I mean, we're talking occultism, yet they're mostly symbols of the planets. Because that also is some subject that's been put before us totally erroneously. I go into that in the book, but what that really is all about and why planetary symbols are used so often. So when he started translating into his Enochian, those quaint things you see in museums, all that information that was pouring down, it was too big for his consciousness and Edward Kelly and some other people that he worked with. So he had to get all his counterparts in Europe to get on the ball with this. So all these Illuminati families and black nobility intelligence people, you know, they were all working simultaneously at the same time. But then obviously history would notice this, wouldn't it? That all of these families start getting into what looks like the occult. So they sold that back to us as a period in history when suddenly there was a renaissance of esoteric knowledge in the world and everybody was into it. As if it's sort of something like a vogue thing, you know? And I'm not saying things like that don't happen. But all over the planet, all these rich families and rich people start getting into the occult. They've got to put it before us in this quaint way, just like they put swashbuckling movies of Errol Flynn in front of you, you know, to tell you something.
Before John Dee died, he passed his secret knowledge on to Francis Bacon. Bacon, using that knowledge, played a major role in the King James Bible Project. But what exactly was Francis Bacon's role? We do know that after the book was completed and otherwise ready to print, Bacon held on to it for almost a year. So what was he doing with it for all that time? Could Francis Bacon have used what Dee taught him, such as how to transform matter, like we are seeing in the supernatural changes today taking place in the King James Bible? Without question, the King James Bible was presented to the world completely wrapped in magic. By taking a look at the title page of the King James Bible, we do not see a Christian scene, but rather a traditional Rosicrucian scene. It depicts the progressive stages in which the Kabbalistic man can achieve immortality. We also see the alchemy sun, the Masonic all-seeing eye all over this priest's robe, the Rosicrucian mother bird with her young picking at her breast while showering with her blood from a self-inflicted wound. Also on the title page, we see the satanic ancient Egyptian phoenix bird with its elongated neck and wings that come to a particularly shaped point, just as the satanic phoenix you see here. We also see a man with an X conspicuously shaped out of 2 logs crossing his chest. And this is the Illuminati and Masonic sign of Osiris, the Egyptian sun god and the coming Messiah Antichrist. At the very top of the page, we see Hebraic letters identified by an Orthodox Jewish scholar as a Kabbalistic tetragrammaton, written in a way that only an occultist would write it. The King James Bible was saturated with the prominent Masonic handshake found all throughout the genealogy charts the King James Bible contained. For the producers of the King James Bible to include so much Rosicrucian imagery, especially in a book intended for Christians to read, definitely reflected a campaign that was going on at the time.
In 1606, a very mysterious document began to circulate in Europe and in England called the Fama. This is the first word of a string of Latin words, the Fama, and 2 years later, the Confessio. And what these were announcements that an alchemical brotherhood was seeking recruits. These are the primary documents of Rosicrucianism. Now, Rosicrucianism was based on a fiction and a fictional person, Christian Rosenkranz, who was imagined to have lived almost 200 years earlier in the 1540s and been a great alchemist. And it was claimed that his tomb had been recently opened and that there were books inside it which set the stage for the alchemical revolution of the world. Notice how this occult mind always tries to reach back in time to give itself validity. So, and Christian Rosenkranz was claimed to be the author of a series of books, the chief of which is called The Chemical Wedding. What this was all about, I believe, and the Rosicrucian Enlightenment makes it fairly clear, was Dee, during the period when he had been in Bohemia, had set out to lay the groundwork for an alchemical revolution in Central Europe. And he had made Johann Andrei and Michael Meyer his agents in this plot. And it was a plot to meddle with European history and to turn the Protestant Reformation toward an alchemical completion. They felt that Luther and Huss and these people had only gone so far, and that the culmination of throwing off the yoke of the church would be the establishment of an alchemical kingdom in Central Europe.
Note the similarities in the picture shown in that clip to the opening theme depicted on the title page of the King James Bible. Although King James, for the public eye, stated that he hated magic and the occult, his life stated otherwise, completely otherwise. As a master mason, King James had to pass through 3 degrees which identically matched the first lower orders of witchcraft. And as we can clearly see, a project which he would have stated he did for God, he in fact did for other gods, and clearly for other purposes. Today, there are a few conservative Christians still around who would confront this so-called Bible hero about his overt and lifelong homosexual activities. Many conservative Christians would also question him about his overt and unholy involvement with secret societies. Yet strangely, there is one denomination that touts itself as both Christian and conservative, and it vigorously markets, as no other group does, the idea that King James Bible is the only inspired Bible. That denomination also happens to be the group that supports firing pastors who speak up about Freemasonry. I'm speaking about the Southern Baptists. They boast the highest percentage of members actively involved in Freemasonry, though claiming to be both conservative and Christian. Is there any connection between their conspicuous tolerance of Freemasonry and their conspicuous promotion of the King James Bible? They state vigorously that the King James Bible is the only acceptable Bible to use, just as the Freemason King James also stated. And why would this Freemasonry tolerant group be waging a campaign now, right when clearly supernatural demonic changes are happening to the King James Bible? But there is more. Not only was King James irrefutably homosexual and also visibly a devoted Freemason, but he happened to be an arrogantly power-hungry king and believed in controlling people by using religion. In March of 1610, King James delivered one of his most famous speeches, a full 2.5 hours long, before Parliament, when he said, "The state of monarchy is the supremest thing upon earth. For kings are not only God's lieutenants upon earth and sit upon God's throne, but even by God himself they are called gods." King James considered himself answerable to no one. He refused to keep answering even to Parliament and eventually dissolved it. The other threat to King James and his power was the recently published Geneva Bible. Contrary to what many of us knew, the Bible already had been translated into English, and it was an extremely accurate translation. Thanks to people like William Tyndale, John Huss, Huldrych Zwingli, Miles Coverdale, John Knox, John Wycliffe, and other reformers, Christians already had an English translation of the entire Bible by 1560. And it was extremely popular. It was also extremely accurate, and that is what King James did not like about it. Not only did the Geneva Bible contain accurate translation of the original text into English, but the reformers also added notes in the margins to ensure that Christians clearly understood what the scriptures really said, compared to what the popes and bishops had been teaching them for centuries. You see, for centuries, the Roman Catholic Church and then the Anglican Church, with only few variations, promoted a hierarchical church system by purposely mistranslating the original manuscripts. By telling the people that the manuscripts said one thing when they really said something else, religion-based governments forced compliances onto the people as though the scriptures taught the rigid rules the popes and kings were enforcing. Not until Christians had access to scriptures for themselves could they prove that those rigid rules came from the kings and not from God himself. The reformers had made great strides to expose the ungodly religious system, and King James despised what the reformers had done to his absolute power. Reformers showed that scriptures teach the priesthood of all believers, not just one power man at the top. The believers themselves are God's anointed ones, and God rebukes even kings for their sake, according to the scriptures. We do not confess our sins to a priest and then pay him penance, but rather go freely to the Father through the blood of Jesus. In a very power-hungry move, King James would force the Geneva Bible out of the Christians' hands, replacing it with a new version that would be the only version allowed, the only authorized version. Eventually, the king even made it a felony to be found with the Geneva Bible. King James enlisted the services of people like Francis Bacon, his bishop Richard Bancroft, and the translators, the exact number of which is reported as between 47 and 54. King James laid down 15 specific stringent rules for the expressed purpose of regaining those ecclesiastical terms that had been lost due to the translational accuracy of the Geneva Bible. Following the king's rules, the translators successfully replaced accurate word translation with church hierarchy word translation. Although they used the accurate New Testament translation prepared by William Tyndale, for which he had been strangled and burned at the stake, they successfully tweaked it by deliberately mistranslating all that they could in order to promote a chain of command. The translation people was changed to a word meaning temple. The translation serving was replaced with a word meaning office. The translation older, an adjective, was replaced with a word meaning a particular office, a noun. The translation guide among was replaced with rule over. The word office is not even found in the original text, yet King James put it there and supported its use wherever the translators could fit it in. For those of you who'd like to hear more details about those deliberate word changes made by the King James translators under the orders of King James, I will include that information at the end of this video. You will hear how the original Greek word actually translates and how and why it was deliberately changed. Clearly, by King James' very own admission, his translation of the Bible was not an accurate translation if you are looking at accuracy from the original scriptures. His priority was power, and historical record proves that. As soon as King James presented his new version of the Bible, true Christians immediately recognized it for what it was. They soundly rejected, quote, the wicked Bible from that wicked king, unquote. Maybe now we can understand why. Without even reading it, the artwork revealed its purposes. Christians at the time knew what those images were and also knew the satanic power they contained. Christians could also see that the reformers' notes had been discarded and that words foreign to the text now appeared, words they knew didn't belong there. Finally, King James officially outlawed the Geneva Bible. He enacted a law to make reading it or owning it a felony. Some Christians kept their Geneva Bibles and faced arrest and imprisonment because of it. There was going to be only one Bible allowed now, the authorized King James Bible. Get it? Authorized meant allowed as opposed to not allowed. Those who had the means and the courage came to America. Many of them did not survive the trip. You know, the Pilgrims. We've all heard about the Pilgrims. How many of us ever knew that it was King James they were escaping from? How many of us ever knew that it was the 1611 King James Bible with its demonic art and its deviant word changes that forced them to leave? Now we know. Now we know. The artwork on King James Bible, by its own magical imagery, clearly unveils the deeply occultic loom on which the King James Bible was woven. As the Lord has been revealing in this last hour, those with a demonic agenda in the world do what they do, hidden in plain sight. We see this in the Super Bowl halftime shows, corporate logos, movies, and commercials. And so it was with the King James Bible from the very beginning. In the book of John, we read the following. In the beginning was the Word, Jesus, not the Bible. And the Word was with God, Jesus, not the Bible. And the Word was God, Jesus, not the King James Bible, nor any other Bible. He was with God in the beginning. Through him, all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. In him, Jesus, not the Bible, was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The word always referred to Jesus and never to any Bible, leave alone the King James Bible. Let's look to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Listen for his voice, obey what he tells you, and never, ever follow the voice of a stranger. I'll look forward to talking to you next time. The Lord bless you.
Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. If I can be heard, give me a 9 up in the chat, family. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Hey, look, y'all see how easy I just did that? That was easy. That was real easy. Certain basic surface level search on YouTube and that video pops up. It's 47 minutes long. We just listened to like 30 minutes of it up to this intermission. And then she was about to come back in and deal with the deliberate mistranslations and all that. You know what I mean? But if the whole, going back to this debate, y'all see the topic, debate review. If it was about Bible bashing or whatever, then we could have did that. You know what I mean? But the debate was about which one is more beneficial. So, you know, we showed up knowing the deck was stacked against us anyway, and cleared the block, boy. You know what I mean? I believe we should be walking around here with our chest up and our head high behind it, because we were allowed to what? Shine the light of the Creator. We ain't even tripping off man's judgment. You really think they about to let something like what we talking about win over that way? Come on, Doc. You dig? So I'm actually thankful for the opportunity to be able to show up and clear the block over there. Look, everybody, the crazy part about it, I've been getting calls from everywhere. You understand? Y'all, even people who don't even like us. And everybody from different debate league, you know, you got robbed. That was rigged. Look, I ain't even tripping off that. We was allowed to what? Clear the block. Everybody that watched it, from friend to foe, agreed we took the dub, not the L. So long as the streets say that, we good. We really ain't tripping off something, you know, 3 panels of judge, like three member panel when it come down to judgment, whatever. We cleared the block though. That's what, hey, look, that's what you got to keep it real on, though. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, I'm about to show some of it, Caleb. Cleared the block over there. Cleared the block. You heard me? Like, I'm talking about, man, it was beautiful. So I've been actually in a good vibe for the past few days. It was beautiful. You know what I mean? We got a chance to really like go into the text. While dude made the debate about me, he made it about me. They start playing my old video from like 8, 9, 10, even 7 years ago. I'm like, what is this dude doing? He all off topic. Everybody see it, but you know, it's all good. Didn't try to make it about John Newborough, but you see how easy I just made that about King James? I could have did that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have it uploaded tomorrow, Caleb. It's on the Source Debate League right now, though. So let's go to YouTube, type in the Source Debate League, and you'll see the whole thing. And then check the live comments, and then check the comments that was left after the video posted. And everybody like, man, look, everybody know what time it is, man. Hey, look, clear the block. Bless up, Caleb. Bless up, brother. Voila, bless up, clear the block. And it was a beautiful thing. So we're gonna go over some of this today. You did, and I find it quite interesting that it's easy to paint lies. It's easy for people to tap dance and get in their Gregory Hines spirit. They tap dance all around outside, like don't go in, don't go in, don't go in, don't go in. You know what I mean? Then some people are simple and all that, and superstitious. So when oh brother, you've lost the light. How kicking y'all ass like this? I mean, how? Somebody that has lost the light, obviously my light is increased. Somebody who has lost the light wouldn't be, back to back like that, man. And I'm just one brother, you know what I mean? I'm just one brother or one teammate on a team that's with countless of members, if you want to call us that. Creative Gang is countless. We got people from every walk of life, man. We even got PhDs in the Creative Gang. You know what I mean? Like we scholarly, you know what I mean? We got stuff that's peer reviewed and all that. Like this ain't no game, man. You know what I mean? We do stuff like that for fun. We show up and openly display it and let the people's spirit get convicted over what it is. Like, nah, bro, that was hitting harder. That was sounding louder. You know what I mean? No. Whatever he was shooting over there, yeah. They was shutting blocks down over there. Whatever they was shooting was them blockbusters. Dang. Nah, I ain't talking about that little gun in Harlem Nights. Quick. You killed my brother. Quick, you broke my nose. And he be hitting with the Tommy and the dude pop out. Pah, pah. Yeah, that was you was shooting. You know what I mean? We cleared the whole thing, man. It was beautiful. I had fun doing it. I actually had fun. It was fun. Like, okay. You dig? Then I looked up in the chat and finally seen all them vortexes up in there. I'm like, oh yeah, Streets and spoke. He had a few cheerleaders in there, but one of them was Polar Rizzo. Did y'all see that? You know what I mean? Polar Rizzo was in the chat room before. I was like, boy, you was my first victim. You was our first victim, should I say? You know what I mean? Yeah, look at my brother Reg, OG Reg. Hey, salute OG. He said, yeah, Melly, I watched it last night. No way you lost that. Look, the streets will tell you what happened. You know what I mean? So we know what that is. You know what I mean? But I went there knowing what that was. I already knew. You dig? But look, we still got a chance to expose that light. And for that, I'm grateful. Eternally grateful. You know what I mean? Now I just want to shoot my pinky toe off. Salute to the OG Kevin Sears in the building. Bless up, man. YAH'KI truck stoppers, yeah. That boy was squirting a water pistol at an elephant. He's better off spitting on an elephant. And he was foaming at the mouth. How many times he called me a nigga, man? That was crazy. Dude called me a nigga about 1,000 times. Suck a nigga up. Nigga up. Lost his voice. Played my old videos. Put up some lies about JBN and Waspy and all that. You know what I mean? And admitted he would kill his child. If the God told him to, he'd kill his child. Nigga said he would kill me early in the debate. All that, you think? I'm like, man, this is wild. Look, I'm thinking the judges. Shout out to Cosmo and Cal, man. The only real solid judge on the panel. But I'm thinking the other two, at least, I'm thinking their spiritual rate at least got to be high enough or even enough to see this is some bullshit. Like, he ain't even on topic. Everybody saw he wasn't on topic. So I'm thinking like, yeah, this got to be in the bag. You know what I mean? But not at the same time knowing, you know, I knew it was already stacked. You know what I mean? So I came here just to clear the block. That's it. They didn't call me nigga about 1,000 times. Sucker nigga. He was foaming at the mouth, lost his voice. Shout out to my bro Cosmo Cal and Selah Shalom. Next day, Selah was up. Powerful lesson. Go on over there and check that out. Selah Shalom TV. Like, subscribe, share. Shout out to my brother Cal P at Cosmo and Cal. The very next day, which was yesterday, he came up and brought out how all the slander that dude was bringing out about Owaspy and the people surrounding it. Oh, that's a lie. Actually. Oh, that's a lie. You know what I mean? And it's wild. I'm glad the brother did that. He cleared up a lot, you know what I mean? But y'all, if we wanted to, like, you know, I could have went in there and showed how Ezra automatically writes and he was automatically mouth mumbling and his scribes was automatically writing, meaning his mouth and their hands went up under their own volition. And that's how you got your Torah. I could have did that, but that wasn't the topic. Topic was which one was better. So what we do? We loaded up a 61 round clip. We put 61 up. Dude ain't put up none. It's crazy. So look, let's share some of this. All right. It's all good. You know your bro. I jump out there right out the gate. What's good? Let's rock. I need to make sure I put this out right here so everybody can see. And yeah, then he said he ain't even there to debate. He said this is an intervention, so he ain't even there to even debate. Y'all know what time that was, man. But shout out to the Source Debate League. NehemiYAH. Shit, I ain't never salted. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come clear the block anyway. Everybody know what time that is with dealing with me. It don't matter whoever get together. You know what I mean? Or whatever deck is stacked. I'm gonna show up. You know what I mean? And shit, I'm gonna go out on my shield. I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to you know, display what it is we working with over this way. You feel me? Because for like 2 years, more than 2 years, going on 3 years, Jeremiah and them been ducking me anyway. Him and his whole crew. I've been called them niggas out. That video on YouTube right now. Yep, like May or June of 2021. I called his whole crew out. All of them to the floor. Yeah. Ain't damn nigga said nothing. Next thing I know, I look up, you got a belt around your shoulder. Who you whoop and get a belt from? You know what I mean? Like, who you putting on for around here? That is all good, bro. You know I love you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I ain't sad about none of it. Just, man, if you're gonna be solid, be solid. Don't play with me, y'all. Don't play with me. And then act like, you know what I mean, you a supreme racist, but the white man ain't touched the Bible. Nigga, what I just put up? Huh? Now, if what dude brought out about Owaspy and JBN is false, but what I just put about King James is true, then y'all got to stand down over there. Because based off what he put up is the reason why you don't want to deal with Owaspy, but everything he put up, Bible guilty of. Bag drop, boy. You don't know what you talking about. Now I be trying to be patient with you little niggas, man. Because I know y'all. We got history, but stop playing with me. Stop playing with me like man, y'all get a real superstitious on me. Superstitious. Like the brother walking around in the days. He done lost the light. He's in the, he was in the vortex and he's in a sunken place and how whooping y'all ass? How? And you supposed to been debated me, boy, so don't even play me. You ask me I want to get in your debate league? Yeah, I run through that. But you know what this about, nigga. You supposed to been on that mat. You supposed to been on that mat. Don't play me. You and your crew. You know who I'm talking about. I ain't even talking about Yahshua because he ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm talking about your crew. But don't play me, boy. I know you. Keep that shit solid is all I'm saying, bro. You ain't got to tiptoe around the tulips or none of that to try to get me to do nothing because I'm going to show up anyway and clear the block, bro. My honor on the line. I ain't finna play with you. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, everybody outside gonna know I had the biggest guns and the longest clip, boy. They ain't heard nothing from over there. Don't play with me. That's all I'm saying. Keep that shit solid, bro. We know each other. We look. We owe each other more than that. And I'm speaking from a place of love, boy. You know I ain't got nothing but love for you, but don't play me like I ain't know what was going on. You dig? And look, I said I wouldn't even slander because I'm not going to slander your debate league. I ain't going to do that. The streets is, though. The streets is speaking. And I ain't got nothing to do with that. I did what I was supposed to do. Clear the block. Shine that light, Jack. And we did that. So with that, we got the win. We got the win. Is that the best y'all got? A Nick Rhodes that said he would kill his son, foaming at the mouth, losing his voice, and said nigga about 1,000 times? That's the best you got for Malachi Macabee? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You already know what it is, Jack. So don't play me is all I'm saying. Don't even play me. Now watch this. Watch this. Let's show some of this, man. Bing, bing, bang. I'll be stopping periodically and, giving, various breakdowns and all that. You did. But we about to go through this first. We about to go through this first round and then we're going to get in the heads. All right. We about to review this debate. Let's get it done. And again, if y'all just getting here, go back to the beginning of the video. I played about 30 minutes of a video about King James. Like dude was playing about JBN. Right? And we not only know that King James was initiated Freemason, we know what lodge he was part of and what order he was part of. You don't even got there with JBN. What order, what lodge was he a part of? Shout out to my brother Cal P. Talked to him earlier today. Hey, look. The oldest lodge in New York is St. John. Where JBN at on the list, on the records? Where he at? No, Masons record their brotherhood, their fraternity. They record their membership. You know what I mean? Like, so all that was irrelevant, dude was bringing out. And the reason I really didn't even encourage to address nothing he was talking about is because all that shit off topic. He ain't hitting nothing. I'm hitting headshot, body blow, headshot, body blow. The whole time. And I just thought, the judges was like vibrating at a level enough to be like, you still got to keep that shit solid. He didn't go and prove no type of benefits. He just yelled and called dude nigga the whole time. You know what I mean? And tried to, put up a different coach dealing with this book. But bro, I could have put up Hebrew coach that deal with the Bible, like Yahweh ben Yahweh. How they was chopping white folks, dismembering white folks back in Miami back in the 80s. In the name of Yahweh ben Yahweh, cutting off white folks' ears. I could have brought up Ben Ami, the bus driver. I could have brought up Ben Ami from Chicago, over in Demona. And some of the alleged things that have went down over there. I could have brought up Waco, Texas, David Koresh. I could have brought up Jim Jones. I could have brought up Timothy McVeigh. I could have brought up Peter Moses. I could have brought up any biblical cult out here or group out here that base their shit in the Bible, but really on some madness. But the debate wasn't about that. You see? That's how niggas know about the brick, you know, all right, whatever. But I showed up to clear the block anyway. So it's easy. I just showed that about King James. And if by chance you go search the records over in Scotland, dealing with the Order of Scone and Perth, and find that King James VI of Scotland and the first of England was an initiated Freemason on April the 15th, 1601. And to this day on the Western Wall, they got a picture of the nigga kneeling down before their altar. Now that's facts. Then went into the imagery of the 1611 Bible. I got one, nigga. Don't play me. Went into the imagery right on the cover page. What are we even talking about here? But the debate wasn't about that. Debate wasn't about that. But by your own very mouth, guess what? You need to put Bible down. Because what you just threw at Owaspy is true with Bible. And the reason you want to deal with Owaspy is what Bible is. So you got to put that down now. Based off your own mouth. Based off your own mouth. Wait. Shout out to everybody coming in the chat. My brother SEAL Team 144. Bless up. Stephen knows. Just me in the building. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up. Optimus Prime. Cat Goddess, he didn't prove any benefits. He was off topic the whole time. I was actually on topic. Hey, look, Creator's glory, man. That's it. My sister Brielle Macabee, bless up, bless up, bless up. Roddy Rod, yeah, he was pathetic. Like, dang, waited that long. I know, man. I'm like, oh, like, come on, man. Marcus Israel in the building. Shalom, YAH'KI. Bless up, bless up. Let's get into some of this. All right, let's get into some of this. Let's get into some of this so we can see what's really going on here. This is my first round coming up. You know, it's going to roll. And then maybe another time we'll come back and slow roll through the dot. You know what I mean? Beautiful, though, man. Over 60, well over 60 benefits. I realized we didn't even number all of them. We thought we numbered all of them, y'all. So we probably was north of 70 benefits for real. So when I went back through it, I said, dang, we forgot to number that one. We forgot to number that one. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and review this. And hey, shout out to the haters, y'all, jackers and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all too. Shout out to the Creator Gang, man. Much love, much love. Creator Gang is growing. And y'all, hey, look, I even told him when he was calling himself questioning me. I told him flat out, like, look, whoever harms children and doing anything that's against the Creator's vibe, you know, molesting children and booty bandits and all, man, look, the hell with all that. I don't represent none of that. Huh? Nigga had to stand down on that. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know. See? You see how I can say that? But when I asked you, would you kill your son? If God told you to, you said yeah. But then you turn around and ask me, would you take any of your children or your loved ones to one of them fake this? But hell no, I wouldn't. And let me clear this up. Easy to be solid, man. It's much easier to be solid as be solid. We're going to keep it real first. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it real first, man. You dig? And for any of my bros listening out the Israelite nation, you know that was off. Bet not damn one of you niggas raise a hand on your child talking about you about to kill them in the name of the Lord. You know how many religious killings that went down in the name of the God of the Bible? Nigga, you want to play with me? Stop playing, man. That debate was supposed to be about the information coming out of each book. That's all it was about. It wasn't about none of that extra. But since you didn't opened up Pandora's box now, so now we gonna show that everything you throwing over this way, you guilty of. So where you mumble mouth Negroes at now? And that's all because you didn't keep it solid. You ain't keep that solid, Jack. You know that was about what was in the book. Why you think I loaded up? You man, come on. You already know what that was about, man. But the good thing is, a lot of people went and got Sky Earth Spirit or OISP behind it. Just to check it out, man. You know what I mean? Look at this. This brother right here, Ezra Kemet. Proverbs 11:1. That was a false balance on their end. For real though. They judged that shit all off. Come on, bro. It ain't hard to tell, man. Streets talk. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that, man. I'm good with it. That's where we at. We in the streets. So I'm good with the streets. You dig? Okay, let's get into some of this, y'all. Watch this.
Pause.
Yeah, take me all the way off. Put that deal all the way up there.
All right, I'm gonna drop everybody down.
I'm good to go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start. All right, what is a WASPI? We have the benefit of having the only practical spiritual guidebook in the world. Benefit 1. A WASPI is a practical guidebook to the spiritual life, delivered to man by the ever-present Great Spirit through his angel ambassadors. No different than how I'm delivering the message as a mortal ambassador. OSP, practical guidebook to the spiritual life. OSP, a primary. Shout out to the Source Debate League. I gotta stop it right there, y'all. I have to stop it right there. Priest Daniela, a brother I had all respect for it. And he ain't keep it solid out. But look, Priest Daniela said, for the new people, you didn't explain what a WASPI is. Christina Nick say, I didn't come with no sources. I started off letting everybody know what it is we talking about, and I had the only primary source. Well, I shout out to the Source Debate League. Because if it's source up or shut up, I'm cooking with the only primary here. Debate already over. I'm the only one here with the primary. You see, these are the things they said they voted against me on. That I didn't explain what a WASPI was. And your girl Christina Nick said I didn't come with source or sources. But when I found it pretty ironic that when she cut her camera on, her ass was outside though. She wasn't even inside listening to this, man. She was outside. Come on, man. I was the only one with the primary. What are we talking about? And I explained it out the gate. Let's keep going. Had to stop and say that. So what they adjudicated me on was false. What you adjudicated me on was false. You said that I didn't explain what a WASPI was for the new people. I did. Christina Nick said I didn't show sources. I did. Matter of fact, I was the only one with the only primary source. Whew. Good night, boy. Good night. Let's keep cooking. Primary for the spiritual and practical enlightenment and development of individuals, groups, and humanity, for their glory and happiness, and for the glory of the whole, in the words of Yahweh, in the words of Jehovah and his angel ambassadors. Trip off this right here. We haven't even got past the cover of the book, and we're already finding benefits. What about the benefit of knowing what happened in the lower and higher heavens for the past 25,000 years? Benefit 2. Or the benefit of knowing exactly when the Great Flood happened. For your information, flood happened exactly the year 22,553 BC. Benefit 3. And the benefit of knowing what caused the flood. Benefit 4. Or the benefit of knowing man's early history from our creation till the time of the flood. Benefit 5. We ain't even off the cover yet. Benefit number 6. Knowing what spirituality or the spiritual life is. The spiritual life or spirituality is our people's ability to comprehend and connect with the ever-present spirit that is the essence and creator of all reality, the observable universe. Because our people's spirit is of its spirit. Precept, OSP, Book of Inspiration, Chapter 1, 6-7. Headshot. I am to your spirit like the sun is to a ray of light. I am the light that illuminates your soul. The ray of light that goes out of me takes root in mortality. And you are the product, the tree. I'm already 6 benefits in and haven't even left the cover yet. On the inside cover of YHWH'S, it is written that it is a primary, a book for the spiritual and practical enlightenment and development of individuals, groups, and humanity for their glory and happiness and for the glory of the whole. Notice YHWH'S benefits individuals, benefit 7, groups, benefit 8, and humanity, benefit 9. It benefits the group when the individual is developed spiritually, and it benefits humanity when the group is developed spiritually, benefit 10. Also, the benefit of YHWH'S actually being a primary source. Clearly, Bible can't make this claim, benefit 11. Benefit number 12, knowing the difference between a true God and the ever-present creator. YHWH'S, Book of Discipline, chapter 1, verses 2 and 14, body blow. Hear the words of your God, O man. I am your brother. I am your brother, risen from mortality to a holy place in heaven, profited my wisdom, and be admonished by my love. Verse 14, hear your God, O man. Hear your God, O man, and distinguish then that the two, God and Yahweh, God and Jehovah, are not the same one, nor is your God more than what you shall be in time to come. We have the benefit of knowing that there is someone more powerful than even true God and tells God what to do. Benefit 13. YHWH'S, Book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 2, body blow. Whoever sees my way cannot fail to understand. I do not quibble. I do not quibble nor beat about the bush. Even lords and gods are as nothing in my hands. I trim them up and prune their orchards in my own way. I sift and weigh and assort. For I am Yahweh, for I am Jehovah, the Almighty. How about the benefit of knowing what a true God is? Benefit number 14. YHWH'S, Book of Discipline, chapter 1, verse 17 and 20. Headshot. As the kingdom on earth has a king, and the king is nevertheless immortal. So in like manner is the heavenly place of your God, a kingdom of angels, and the chief over them. And the chief over them is God, an angel also. Verse 20. Therefore, I am like any other spirit of the dead, a one-time man upon the earth, even as you are in this day, but one within the organic heavens of the earth. How about the benefit of knowing the who, what, and how of the creator of all? Benefit number 15, YHWH'S, Book of Yahweh, Book of Jehovah, chapter 1, 1 through 6, body blow. All was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spoken motion was and is and never shall be. And being positive was called he and him. The all motion was his speech. Key hidden benefit. We know why the creator is called a him. Benefit number 16. Or the benefit of knowing why there is a great duality through all creation. Benefit number 17. What is duality? Duality, the quality or state of having two different or opposite parts or elements. Precept. YHWH'S, Book of Sapphire, E11, headshot on the negative of Yahweh, the female. That which projects is positive, that which receives is negative. YHWH'S, Book of Jehovah, Book of Yahweh, chapter 5, 5 through 6, headshot. Yahweh said, because of my presence, I quicken into life all that live or ever have lived, because I am male and female. Even in my likeness, I made them thus, because I am the power to quicken in the life. So in likeness of me, I made them with the power to bring forth, giving us the benefit of knowing. The male aspect is the positive, the quickener of life, the immaterial unseen, that which transmits or brings forth. The female aspect is the negative, the womb, that bursts the spirit upon death. The material seen, that which receives. Benefit number 20. Modern scientific discovery agrees with YHWH'S about conception. When a sperm meets an egg, sparks fly literally. According to a study published in Scientific Reports, an explosion of zinc fireworks occurs when a human egg is activated by a sperm enzyme. The intensity of the sparks, scientists say, indicates the egg's potential to develop into a healthy embryo. Look at this right here. Zinc fireworks. These are eggs, and these are sperm enzymes, and notice the spark. Image. from image source from video. When sperm meets an egg, sparks really do fly. Oh, I speed, Book of Judgment, chapter 2, verse 24, body blow. Out of the darkness, man is brought forth a blank, and his entity is a spark of Yahweh, the great spirit. His entity will never cease to grow. Yes, from the hour of conception, huh? Look at that. That's the hour of conception right there. From the hour of conception, it is a new star in the world, and it magnifies itself forever. Benefit number 21, spiritual development and cultivation. Oh, I speed. For God, son of Yahweh, 20 and 9. Your spirit grows by cultivation, which is by the practice of wisdom, truth, virtue, benevolence, and affiliation with others. Or the benefit of knowing why there will never be another you. Benefit number 22. Oh, I speak, Book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 9 through 11. Body blow. Yahweh's life. Jehovah's life, motion, individual, person, and proof of which he gave you life, motion, individuality, and person. To develop these four entities is resurrection toward him, more and more, which is heavenly. To neglect them or pervert them is to go away from him, which is declension, which can lead to entire destruction. There's also the benefit of knowing that dark acts and deeds are inspired by demonic spirits. Benefit number 23. Oh, I speak, Book of Leaker, 21:23, headshot. If the mortal cannot control his habit for intoxication, or gluttony, or avarice, or debauchery, or laziness, or lying, or hypocrisy, preaching what he does not practice, or sexual indulgence, or vengeance, or anger, tattling mischievously, then he is indeed a victim in the hands of evil spirits or drudges. So how is a biblical God that practices hypocrisy, motivates through fear and curses, demands animal sacrifice, animal slaughter, full of vengeance, anger, jealousy, and mischief, beneficial to our people if that behavior leads to the destruction and the declension of our people? Something to think about. Benefit number 24, how to expose false gods and deities. And benefit number 25, we actually know what a God is, and the benefit of how to differentiate between true God and the false ones. Benefit number 26, regarding the God, regarding the false God, angels who falsely assume the title of God. Oh, I speed. Focus of 588, 36 through 37. Headshot. Question, who is God? Answer, a spirit with a heavenly throne. Believed by people in darkness. Believed by people in darkness to be the creator of all things. Familiar spirits often call themselves God and taught mortals to call them that also. It seems my opponent is clearly one of these people stuck in darkness, indoctrinated into praising the creation and not the creator. We have the benefit of knowing what an idol is. Oh, I speak. Book of Sapphire, 888, 34 through 35. Body blow. Question, what is an idol? Answer, anything having form and figure that is worshipped. That is worship. But wait, biblical God has form and figure. Holy Bible, Isaiah 6, verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. So if the God is sitting on a throne, that means he has an ass that he sits on that throne. It's clearly beneficial to be able to
5 minutes, 5-minute warning.
Idol with form and figure. Benefit 28, benefit number 29. Bible claims to be immaculate, but contradictory texts can be found within the pages. While OWASP claims it is not immaculate, no lies or contradictory statements can be found in OWASP, first book of God, chapter 13, 19 through 21, headshot. God said, behold, there is a time to clear up all things, present and past, where Abraham fathered to Hagar's son Ishmael, and he had been true to the law of sacrifice among the heathen. Then Ishmael, being firstborn, would have been chosen for the burnt offering. In which matter the Ezra Bible is shown to be false before Yahweh in regard to Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac, and the burnt offering also, which words were not my words, nor the words of my angels, but the words of the Egyptian records. Bag drop. How about the double benefit of knowing exactly who the lion scribes are? Benefit number 30. and exactly what they wrote. Jeremiah 8:8, Holy Bible. How can you say we are wise, and the law of the Torah of the Lord is with us? But behold, the lion pen of the scribes has made it into a lie. Oh, I speak. The Ark of Bond, chapter 20, 17 through 18 and verse 21. Body blow. Pharaoh's scribes and recorders assembled in Kiona, and they appointed Phayah, an Egyptian, to write the departure of who? The Israelites. The Israelites out of Egypt. And Phayah wrote the account and called it the Exodus of the Hebrews. And it was recorded in the king's house of records. And copies of it were sent to the large cities. And there recorded also, for such was the law of Egypt. Phayah's record was afterward accepted by Ezra, and is that which is known to this day as the first book of Exodus. Look at this, boy, the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis, as it stood in the Egyptian records, was written by Achaboth and Daram and Hazed, and was the substance from which Ezra copied it through his scribes, even as it is to this day. The inspiration of Genesis was from the god Osiris the False and his emissaries, chief of whom were Yakaba or Yoruba and Egypt, who were angel servants to Osiris. And so far as the records now stand, the spirit of both books was the Egyptian version, of the whole subject. Ooh-wee. How about the benefit of knowing that
2-minute warning.
The Bible was written by an Israelite. Verse 21, and behold, it came to pass that the records were worthless. And to make matters worse, the records were so voluminous, being more than 6,000 books, that the scribes of Ezra could make neither head nor tail of them. Nevertheless, they were all written in the first place, not by the Israelites, but by their enemies. Benefit number 34, the history of Yahshua the Messiah, the Essene, and the dietary law of purity. Think about it. Wouldn't it be beneficial for our people health-wise, knowing their Messiah ate only fruits and vegetables? But firstly, what about the benefit of knowing that it was Moses himself who named the Essenes? Benefit number 35. Oh, I speak, God's book of Esther, chapter 42, headshot. And these angels inspired who? 700 Israelites to separate themselves from all other people and to go and live by the direction of the angels of Yahweh. Moreover, the angels inspired these people to call themselves Essenes, as commanded by Moses in heaven. But let's get back to benefit number 34. Many of us already claim Nazarene in the same lineage, so this won't be a stretch. With the benefit of understanding that Yeshua the Essene was a vegetarian, the positive ramifications that would reverberate throughout the entirety of Israel will be an unending glory. These Essenes were therefore a separate people, pledged to the Creator, to have no king or earth ruler except their rabbis, and they dwelt in communities. And families of 10s, 20s, and 100s, holding all things in common. But in marriage, they were monogamatic, nor would they have more than one suit of clothes each. And they lived on what? Fruits and herbs, vegetables only. Nor did they eat fish or flesh or anything that ever breathed the breath of life.
That is
ball game.
time.
This nigga off the vortex. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Jeremiah 10:2 thus said the
song, it was something I expected. Jeremiah, I thought both brothers would do this. I'm really interested to see is his angle, but he just tried to put the Bible on trial. So let's see how Iz can work in the defense of the Bible, because he made a lot of claims towards the Bible and a lot of claims supporting YHWH's, saying it's beneficial. The vegetarian thing being one of them. So he came out with the opener. Let's see what our brother Iz got for him, man.
All right. Iz, are you there?
Oh yeah, let me get this camera on. All praises to the Most High, man. Precepticons in the building. Time people, let me know when you're ready to start my time.
I'm ready when you are.
We're gonna start off right now with a real.
Hey, so the title of the debate is what? Which one is better for our people? Only way to prove that is actually go into the text. You feel me? That's the only way you can prove it. You can't prove it no other way. You gotta actually go into there. You feel me? And bring information out and let the people weigh what it is. You know what I mean? so no. The streets. I'm in the streets, Toby. The streets say I won. You know what I mean? You probably like the half a percent, the half of 1% that said otherwise. But I mean, I already know what that's about. You know what I mean? That ain't based off nothing scholarly. You know what I mean? That ain't based off you even wanting to debate because you already said you won't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean you can have your opinion. That's what it is. But if the debate is based off which is better, and I went and showed first round, I dumped over 30. I think I was over 30. I was 30 rounds up. I put up 30 in the first round. He ain't put nothing up. You know what I mean? So no, it ain't damage control. Like look, I knew they wasn't gonna give me the dub. So I showed up and cleared the block, and you know it. So it's all good, bro. It's all good. You know what I mean? I came to handle my business. He did just that. Toby cool. He can have his opinion. You know what I mean? We go back with Toby. It's all good, man. He did. All right, here. Let me do this. Let me do that real quick. Let's go ahead and keep going. Watch this. And Toby, you stop us when he you know, is on topic, or if he, you know, is bringing out clear benefits that everybody can understand. You did. He ain't even doing that. Where I even numbered it.
Headshot. Hey man, this stuff is not of our people. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? Yeah, you can. This stuff is not of our people. That's number one. It's against the Bible. It's sick. Hey, and for benefits, this Psalm 68 and 19. Blessed be the Lord who daily loaded us with benefits. Nigga, not a hurt fewer. No.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like the whole thing is what? Which one is better? That was the trip off this. He picked that title, Toofy. He picked the title. Which one is better for our people? Like, okay. You see? So he supposed to be going into the Bible, showing that the Bible was more beneficial. Did he do that? He didn't. He stayed outside. He stayed outside with it. You see what I'm saying? Like I pops off benefits because that's what the debate topic is about. Which one is better? You know what I mean? And again, like I already talked to Jeremiah. I knew y'all wasn't finna give me no dub. Y'all can't let this stuff I talk about win on y'all debate platform. Not the ultimate thing. So I already knew that. So I showed up to clear the block. You know what I mean? And everybody, the streets is like, nah, Mally took that easy. Landslide. It wasn't even close. And that's good enough for me. You know, I ain't worried about it. Watch this.
Nuggets of knowledge here and that nigga daily loaded us with benefits. Even the God of our salvation. Say, like, he told me he got a God that's higher than I got. Stop.
I'm talking about the creator. Like we use the same name, Yahweh, right? So now we got to discuss character. Either the creator is all-knowing, ever-present, all-powerful, or he's not ever-present. He's not all-powerful. He's weak. He's not all-knowing. He got to, you know, he regrets certain things. He turns away from certain things. You see what I'm saying? So what we've been doing is showing brothers like, look, everything you think is of the Most High is not. Certain things you dealing with deities. So just know what you read. You feel me? If who we call the Most High Creator, Tuvi, is all-knowing, all-powerful, sees all, ever-present, then whatever is subscribed to him that's opposite of that, you got to stand on it and call false. If he's omnipotent, meaning all-powerful, he can't be weak. If he's ever-present, meaning everywhere, he can't be somewhere right now and not here right now. If he sees all, he ain't got to come nowhere to see what you doing. If he knows all, you ain't never surprised him. That's what we saying. And once you start examining character, you start seeing flaws. Like, oh, hold on. That ain't the creator. That's somebody pump faking. And that's what we talking about. You feel me? So when you start slowing down and rereading what we've been reading in the Bible the whole time, it's certain things you got to call into question. Like, hold on. If the creator is all powerful, you dig? So when he talking about he claim he got a God above our God. For one, I ain't talking about a God, too. I ain't talking about a God. I'm pretty sure you know that by now. We talking about the creator who create gods. You see, we exalt the Most High, or the creator, above every God, Lord, and Savior, and man, and angel. You see? And now how do we distinguish between the creator and God? Or the creator and a Lord? The creator and a Lord God, an angel, a guardian angel. Huh? How do you distinguish? Well, one is the creator and the others are creations. Huh? God is your brother, Tuvi. The creator is your father. And look, I know you, bro, so I know you ain't sensed nothing evil that came out of my mouth. At least not right now. You know what I mean? So right here, when he talking about it, he don't understand what a God is. That's why he can say that real fast, and people think what I'm saying is as if I'm talking about one of these Greek gods of Greek mythology, or as if I'm talking about one of these Amun-Ra gods coming out of Kemet, or as if I'm talking about ancestral worship and dealing with the Orishas or the voodoo, or none of that. I ain't talking about none of that. All those are deities. All those are deities. So either the creator is ever present or he ain't, Tuvi. That's all. So know what you read. Your creator ain't got to come down and see what these niggas is doing because they about to build a tower up to heaven. If he's ever present and sees all, he already know what you on. Knew it before you was even brought forth what you was going to do. You sense anything evil coming out of my mouth yet? You see? He running around here talking about he claim he got a God above our God. Look, I ain't talking about a God. I'm talking about the creator of gods. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? Our Father. And once you can make that distinction, because let me help you out real quick too. We trip off this, bro. Being that the creator is not God, being that the creator is not God, then whatever God is demanding your worship is a false God. He ain't a true God. True gods, your brothers in them, don't want your worship and your praise. They just want your brotherhood. In order for them to advance higher and see more of the creator's creation, they need you to rise up. Rise up to do what? Take their place. So they can continue to explore and expand. The creator's creation is endless, bro. Endless. There's countless worlds. You see what I'm saying? So the creator is not God. God is a son of the creator. A goddess is a daughter of the creator, a one-time living man or a woman. And it's crossed over and been in what you call the spiritual realm for hundreds of years, some thousands of years. You dig? And they'll never demand your worship or your praise, because all that is to who? Our Father. That's why my brother Cal P be talking about ways to prove you're not an Israelite. Look, if you worship a God, you're not an Israelite. The real Israelites live by the oral or the higher law. The higher law. They dealt with the great spirit or the ever-present creator. So off the rip, dude don't even know what he's talking about. We both mean saying Yahweh, but based off the character, we're talking about two different. So there's a real Yahweh and a fake one. Watch this. Watch this. It's real easy. It's real easy. Watch this right here. Bang. Let's get back to it.
Good cap. Stop the cap.
And Tuvi, this ain't damage control. I already knew they was gonna vote against me. You did.
Jeremiah 10:2, thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. This nigga didn't learn the way of the heathen, and he think he gonna come back and show us something new. Ta-da! We are not impressed, nigga. Learn not the way of the heathen.
The heathens didn't invent the heavens. You know what I mean? Me talking about the heavens, me talking about the operation and the order of creation and all that. That's understanding and light from the creator who created creation. And nothing to do with no heathen. See what it is, our brothers are vibrating so low to where they stop at a color. But then themselves be guilty of what they throwing over this way. Go back and watch that video I played in the beginning too. So what I be bringing out and what we've been bringing out with the creator gang ain't about no heathen. I don't even know what y'all talking about. Because when the brews say heathen, more than likely we mean white folk. We mean white folk, right? But the information that we bringing out is heavenly. And we talking about the order of creation. You know what I mean? Our stuff shining way brighter. We talking about the order of creation. We talking about the proceedings of the gods. We talking about what you need to do to resurrect and continue to grow and elevate and become one and one with the great spirit, the creator. We talking about all that. That information ain't sensual. That information ain't from the earth upward. We talking about. We talking about from the heavens downward. And that's why it's too high for a lot of bros to be like, dang. You dig? But if you let go of your preconceived notions and just listen, you'll be real with yourself and say, Mally didn't say nothing evil. The whole debate. What did I bring out that was evil? Watch this.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. We got to get this nigga out the 14. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Let my Jerry curl juice drip. The Bible versus the WASPI, which is better for our people.
No, WASPI actually tell you, bro, that I have given you many books, and unless you judge them, guess what? They will become a trap unto you. Many holy books out there, but unless you judge them, you use spiritual discernment. So, nah, bro, you ain't supposed to be worshiping no book. If a WASPI is showing you something opposite of creation, then you got a question. You see that? See how easy that was to answer? Because we not bound to nothing. It just so happened WASPI got the higher light out here right now. That's just the facts. That's what people offended at. People offended at that. So I'm answering David Brown. David Brown. He says, if something in a WASPI is false, did it come from a false God as well, or is a WASPI perfect? So I just answered that. You know what I mean? You supposed to judge everything by the way you destroyed this brother in this debate. Terrible judgment. Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. Peace to you. Everybody knows it. Even those that don't even deal with us. You know what I mean? All good. So now, man, you supposed to judge everything. Everything. You don't take nothing at face value. You know what I mean? Take it in, look at it, and process it. And if it hit right, you good. If it don't, you got every right to keep it moving, man. That's one thing. We ain't force nothing on nobody. Right? People mad because, look, if we was shooting out a Dr. Seuss book or a Green Eggs and Ham book, wouldn't nobody be mad at us, man. You did. True about this, y'all. How these niggas win and they quiet. Look, how they win and ain't nobody rubbing it in our face. The most has been rubbed in my face is my beloved brother Tuvi, right here in this chat, who just said this. Bruh, this is the worst comment that I done got thus far. And this ain't nothing. You know, it ain't like, bro, I'm offended to you at all. You know, baby. Let me show y'all Tuvi. Y'all, this lets you know we won. The worst comment that I got is my brother Tuvi. I can't just scroll. Dang, I'm trying to scroll all the way back up. Let me see if I'm going to scroll up. Where you at on her, Tuvi? Your first comment about damage control. You did. Man, look, hey, Tuvi, ain't nobody over there even rubbing it in our face. Them niggas over there quiet by the wind. Bro, that wasn't no wind. Everybody know it. But your bro, I got too much honor to not show up. I'm going to show up and clear the block. Right here. Y'all, believe it or not, this is the worst. This right here, and this is light. This is the worst comment I've heard since that debate. That right there. Look how light that is. Damage control, LOL, hold that L like a man, bro. That's my bro 2VR, y'all. You know what I mean? 2VR good. You know what I mean? But that's the worst that I done had right there. Everybody else quiet as church mice, and everybody else is look Toby, look real enough to be, even if they don't agree with it, be like, nah, you did that, bro. Stop that. That was off. You know what I mean? Who spoke on your? Oh, well, maybe out in the chat. I didn't think I spoke on your children, brother. Right here, though. Let's get it. Watch it.
Parentheses, the Israelites. Let's go.
Look at him. Spraying his soul glow. Let's go.
We're going to read these. I ain't going to hit every precept address. But 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 36 say, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
There's another one. He keeps shooting himself in the foot. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about a God or a Lord. I'm talking about the Creator. And based off any Israelite, if you ask them, they'll tell you that they serve the Creator. If you ask them, you talking about the Creator? Yes. The Most High. The Creator? Yes. Huh? But Owaspi clears it up. The difference between a God, a Lord God, and the Lord and the Creator. I ain't talking about a Lord or a God. We ain't introducing paganism into nothing. What are you talking about? We talking about the Creator of gods. We talking about our Father. He keeps shooting himself in the foot.
Let's keep going.
And that's not
Matthew
a benefit.
teaches us to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. You see that? And out of Zion has shined the perfection of beauty. Let's go.
Okay, you read Matthew 28 and 20, and you stumbled over Baruch or stumbled over Psalms. Okay, what's the benefits? What are you talking about? What clear benefits? Come on, y'all, be real with yourself.
For God will show thy brightness unto every country under heaven. That's our benefit.
Okay, so one day Israel will shine as the brightness of the sun. One day, so sometime in the future. And look, ain't nothing wrong with prophecy. That's what's up. You dig? But y'all, I'm firing benefits on stuff you can apply right now in your life. We still gotta wait to see if this comes forth or not. At the rate things are going, we ain't gonna live to see that. But if you want to cook with the vortex right now and start applying spiritual wisdom and jewels and light to your life right now to affect righteous change with you and your family, then I was firing stuff that's practical. Remember, WASP is a practical spiritual guidebook, a practical guidebook to the spiritual life. So it's something you can put into practice. Everything I'm talking about is practical. Everything I'm talking about is how you can prove creator. Right? He just quoted Psalms that has to do with in the future. Whether it comes forth, look, whether it is fulfilled in our lifetime or not, this still remains to be seen. You dig? But he ain't naming no benefits of what you can apply right now. You know what I mean? Because all somebody got to ask him is when that's gonna happen. Oh man, that's all in the future. Oh, and guess what the average cat in the street's gonna do? Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me right now. See, if you can't practically produce a system that can affect righteous change and alleviate poverty and crime right now, then you just blowing hot steam. That don't benefit him. Talking about that happens in the future. That don't benefit him. Right now it don't. Watch this.
For thy name shall be called of God, the peace of righteousness, the glory of God's worship. Let's go. You don't have to be a vegetarian to serve the Most High, okay? Leviticus gives us a good list of the things we can eat. Being healthy is perfectly fine, but let's not force that.
And say, look, none of them wanted to debate me over the meats offered to idols. Leviticus 11 tells you, and Deuteronomy 14 tells you the meats you can eat, right? But you don't get back into that Leviticus, the 17th chapter, and the Leviticus, the 7th chapter, on how you're supposed to prepare your food before you eat it. And if it's not prepared the way the Lord say prepare it in Leviticus chapter 7 and Leviticus chapter 17, then guess what? It's considered offered to devils or an idol, a goat demon. You see, they'll slide through that real quick. Yeah, man, we can eat that because Leviticus, like we don't know. We know you Negroes can read. It's more to the story, though. You ain't go back in Leviticus. Something has to be fulfilled before you throw that cow on your plate. Before you chew on that lamb. Something has to happen. It has to be processed or prepared. As the Torah says, you're under the Torah, you bound to Torah, right? Well, you got to prepare your food, how the Torah say prepare your food, or prepare the flesh, how the Torah say prepare the flesh. For the record, I don't go on flesh laws. I don't chew on animals anymore. And that don't mean I'm better than anybody. I ain't saying that. I'm saying that this don't affect me because I don't go by the laws of the flesh. So for any of my brothers and sisters that are bound to Torah, that are still eating quote unquote clean meats, that shit sound crazy. But if you're eating clean meats, then you got to make sure it's been properly prepared. And I'm here to tell you, it is impossible in 2023 to properly prepare any animal like the Torah says you're supposed to prepare it. As a sweet savor to the Lord. Good night, boy. Oh, wait. See? Easy. You pick all this apart. This is easy work.
Romans 14:1 says, him that is weak in the faith, receive ye, but not to doubtful disputations. For one believeth that he may eat all things, and another who is weak eateth herbs. You got to be pretty weak to get ganked by the Owaspi, man. Niggas getting ganked. This is sad. Leviticus says, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts. And to prove you don't have to leave the Bible to be a vegetarian, our dear brother Daniel, right? It says, prove thy servants, I beseech thee 10 days, and let them give us.
And then he like lead the Bible to be a vegetarian. You don't go into that story and show Daniel and them was of a stronger constitution and shining brighter than those that was chewing on the flesh. So which one is better? Owaspi promotes a what? A fruit and a vegetarian diet or live it. Our brother Daniel in the Bible lived the same way. He didn't chew on the flesh. And if you go to the story, who was stronger? Because you want to pull up, he that eateth herbs is weak. Paul, oh lawless Saulus, he said he that eateth herbs is weak. Well, according to the book of Daniel, they were stronger. Daniel and them was stronger because they stopped, because they was eating the veggies, the pulse, the veggies, the herbs. They were stronger than those that was eating the flesh, the loin sandwiches. See, you can pick this shit apart, man. It's easy. It's easy.
Was post vegetables to eat and drink. Point is, you ain't got to go be a placentia grass eater to prove that you love the Lord. Let's keep going. Now, what is this book about? World religions. World religions. All right. Baffled. This is a book you can get on thriftbooks.com. It ain't too expensive. It's all about world religion. See, a lot of our people don't know what the Owaspi is, so we got to tell y'all what he reading. All it sound real fancy, right? And this brother is a believer who was supposed to be in the Bible. You don't supposed to push this. You don't supposed.
My first debate on that debate league, I used Bible and the Nazarene and the same literature and cooked this nigga named Polo Rizzo. Cooked the nigga, bodied the whole set. These niggas start changing up rules and shit like, hey, you know, they want to put more emphasis on the question and answer round. Cook this nigga. Yeah. You did, but look, he go into this world religious book, right? But faithism, which is faith in the ever-present creator, is not in her. You see, he was throwing shit out there about masonry and children starving, and bro, I can do the same thing with Bible and Bible codes. I can do the same thing right now. I just did a little bit at the beginning. So what I just showed about King James in the beginning, your job is to go and show opposite. No, man, all that was lies, right? He wasn't white. He wasn't a homosexual. He didn't write demonology, or he wasn't into witchcraft, and he wasn't no initiated Mason in the Order of Scone, April 15th, 1601. You got to come and say all those are slanders and lies. That's your job if you hold fast the Bible. You know what I mean? But just like that can happen. And look, I ain't saying it can't happen. I ain't saying you can't go and prove it. You know, I got all the history on the Jacobites that was in Europe and all that. You feel me? There's a book. Look, I'm gonna keep it solid with you. I'm gonna keep it fair across the board. King James wrote another book, not just demonology. He wrote another book called the Basilicon Doron. The Basilicon Doron, his instructions to his son Charles on how to be a king over his dominion once he died. It did, and in Basilicon Doron, like in the middle of it, he writes that there, as a king, his son is not to forgive certain crimes, and one of them was sodomy or homosexuality. You know what I mean? So, like, there are things written bad about King James, there are things written good about it. So for this Millie Mouth Negro to pull up some slanderous information and not show the flip side of it, you ain't solid in spirit, bro. You know what I mean? But trip off this. But see, the debate wasn't over that anyway. He was supposed to have been shooting from Bible. He supposed to have been shooting from Bible. He ain't do that. He ain't do that. Now watch this.
Let's learn the way to heathen. Listen, book review. Baffled by Buddhism, confused by Catholicism, mystified by mysticism. World Religions is a beautifully illustrated and annotated guide to world religions, from ancient religions such as Celtic and Norse beliefs to the main faiths of our modern world: Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Sikhism, Buddhism, Hinduism, more, all as well explaining the key practices and figures of each religion. Listen, it says, it goes on to talk about the golden rule and what the future holds for religious beliefs and culture. This book gets dark. It says, with clarity, insight, and sensitivity, world religions details the beliefs from Zoroastrianism to Zoroastrianism and everything in between. Remember, the author of his Bible is a 33-degree Freemason, a vegetarian, remember he's weak, and an avid student of world religion. An avid student of world religion.
All right, so now I got to challenge all you Millie Mouth Negroes who claim this. And again, y'all, me reading HOWASPI, I didn't even care about who it came through. I started reading it because the information was hidden. I was like, dang, this deal hidden. Then I've learned about, okay, who the dude was. Okay, bing, bing, bing. He tried to call nigga my master. I don't have no master teacher. You know what I mean? I ain't got no master teacher. I ain't around here, you know what I mean? Like following this nigga. This nigga's the prophet that was sent by God. And you know what I mean? But if the creator decided to use this man, this dentist, to bring forth a revelation in this day, that ain't my business. That ain't my business. How proud are we? The creator of all. They got to check in with Malaki Macabee and ask advice over who should be allowed to reveal the creator's understanding to his people. Nigga, the creator ain't got to check in with you or us just because we Israel. Look how proud we've become. But if we read Bible, guess what happened? God made a donkey speak, didn't he? God used Cyrus and called him his Messiah, didn't he? Used him to free the Jews from Babylon. The Cyrus cylinder is an artifact to this very day, right? But in Isaiah 45, the Lord calls Cyrus his Messiah, his anointed one. Cyrus was instrumental in Ezra and Nehemiah and all them coming back to resurrect the temple, the second temple period. Some of y'all know about that, right? But when you examine the Cyrus cylinder, Cyrus is giving praises to Marduk, who is Baal. Come on, man. We got to be real with ourselves is all I'm saying. Then what he doing, he's side shuffling. He's deflecting. He barely went in Bible. He for sure ain't went in HOWASPI. You dig? And got these superstitious Negroes looking like, dang. Nah, bro. He ain't even did nothing. He ain't even did nothing. Let's keep going. Watch this. Watch this. Let me show y'all something.
When you open up the HOWASPI, you get a table of contents, like most books, excuse me. It says, and I'm going to just point out some of the more popular names that we see. Book of Apollo, son of Jehovah. Okay. Oh, we know Apollo was the son of Zeus. Book of Thor.
Now, trip off this. Show you how much slow gas dude on. Let me show you the slogans, right? He reads Apollo and he thinking son of Zeus. He read Thor and he thinking Marvel Comics. He read Osiris and he thinking about the spandex god in the Judgment Hall of Ma'at. What if I told y'all that who he reading about in Owaspy lived thousands of years before who you know as Osiris sitting on the throne in the Judgment Hall of Ma'at? What the false gods do, let me help y'all out with something. What false gods do, instead of laboring to establish their own name, they take a name that's already famous amongst mortals. So they ain't got to labor for 1,000 years to establish their own name. And guess what they do from that? They just switch the doctrine. So there's an Osir or an Osiris, son of Yahweh. And when you read the book in there, Osir ain't prayed to. He ain't worshipped. Huh? Apollo ain't prayed to or worshipped. Thor ain't prayed to or worshipped. They were sent by the Creator, your Father. Huh? During a certain period of time to manage an arc cycle, which is an average of 3,000 years, to manage the affairs of mortals, you dig, and help man progress. Right? That's what angels do. They help you. They benefit you. Right? Bible tell you that. Psalms 104. Are they not ministering spirits sent forth to be heirs to them that shall be heirs of salvation? Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But angels are there to assist you in your resurrection. So when you read Thor and you read Apollo and you read Osiris and Owaspy, if you get the testicular fortitude of a damn squirrel and read it, you'll see it ain't about the worship of a Thor or an Apollo or an Osiris. These are high-raised Etherian angels, boy, that were sent back to the earth to manage the affairs of the earth and help the God of the heaven and the earth, their little brother, manage the affairs and assist mortals with their resurrection. Right? And look, all of them lived thousands of years before you know about a Thor in 500 AD. This cat lived like this cat was an Etherian god over an arc cycle like 15,000 years ago. A cat that lived 15,000 years ago and a cat that lived 1,500 years ago with the same name obviously are not the same person. Sit your monkey ass down somewhere. So if you understand why false gods take on the names of other righteous ones that came before them, so they don't have to labor to establish a name. They just take a name that's already famous amongst mortals and they switch the doctrine. If you understand that, give me a 1 up in the chat. Give me a 1 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Give me a 1 up in the chat. That's why you can look, you read Thor or Osiris and think the Judgment Hall of Ma'at. Matter of fact, let me go pull the Judgment Hall of Ma'at up for y'all. I like to give pictures, man. All right. I like to give pictures so we can see. All right. Who y'all done got Cal P, man. Who done pissed Cal P up, boy? Hey, y'all call down the thunder, you get rain. Don't ask me to do nothing. That's bruh. Yeah, y'all shouldn't have pissed him off. I don't know who done pissed him off. That's on y'all. All right, that's on y'all. Like, I shouldn't have pissed him off. Y'all gonna learn today. See, I see ones in the chat. Yeah. False gods take on the names of those who came before them, who put down a righteous work for the Creator. You know what I mean? They just take the name so they don't got to reestablish another name, and they just switch the doctrine so mortals be rolling with them. That's why you not to trip off a name, trip off the message. Trip off the message. You dig? If who you perceive as God tell you to kill your child, you better not. You better do what Abraham did in Owaspy and say what? Show me you are God first, for I've been commanded not to kill. Show me that you are God, that I may not err, for I've been commanded not to kill. Guess what happened after that? The false angel or the evil angel received Abraham knew the higher law of not killing and departed. That was an evil angel. Owaspy decodes Bible. He didn't even tell you put Bible down. But don't you need to know that that was an evil angel that tempted Abraham and not his God? See, now there's a lot of pressure off you because no creator or true God will ever tempt you to kill your child, man, to prove your devotion. Nah, you better try that spirit. You better rebuke it. Nah, you got to show me that. I've been commanded to go left. I've been commanded to go right. You want me to go left? No, I'm good. You can talk to spirit like that. Check them. Put them in their place. So we understand why the names of who we know as false gods today, you know what I mean, are in the Oah'S. The book of Thor, or Thor, son of Yahweh, is not Thor, Odin's son. Right? You talking about a total different time period, man. And that Thor we talking about wasn't worshipped. He was sent to handle some business and to further progress man. And he was sent by his father, your father, our father, Yahweh. Let me show y'all this real quick. So when you read in there and it says Book of Osiris, right? Watch this. Y'all get up, man. YHWH's is a beautiful read, man. Niggas know. And there's a reason why y'all ain't heard me say nothing evil. There's a reason why we ain't over here doing no damn seances to the devil. It's a reason why. You know what I mean? Because that ain't what we own, man. We own love and light. We own righteousness. You dig? But don't get mad when you pop out like you won't smoke. And we answer that. You know, that's what we gonna do. We ain't gonna play with you. We ain't gonna act like, you know what I mean? Like, dang, like we ain't punks. Stop that. Let me show y'all this. Yeah, we ain't nowhere near soft. SOF capital T. So when you look into a WASP, right, and you see the book of Osiris or Osir, son of Jehovah, it is not this guy right here. It is not this nigga in spandex. You know what I mean? With this elongated skull. You know, this is the judgment hall of Ma'at. All right. It ain't just the Christians and the brews that believe in afterlife. The Kemet cats do too. You know what I mean? You should know how to break this down so you can understand and expose the deity worship. Okay. You should be able to do that. You got right here. This is Tahuti right here. This eagle head nigga. He's the one that weighs the scales or records it. All right. This is the person all the way to the left in white who just crossed over. His heart in the form of an ankh, I believe, is in the hand of Anubis. This is this dog head nigga right here. And his heart gets weighed. Anubis weighs his heart. All right. And if his heart is lighter than a feather, he got to make his confessions. I have not done this. I have not done that. These 42 elders up here, ancestors, all these ankhs and all that. And if his heart is lighter than a feather, he gets to pass this crocodile down here called the Amit, which eats you and casts you into some type of torment of hell. He gets to pass the Amit and come before Osiris, this nigga in spandex right here with the elongated skull, man. You dig? And you get to go into the fields of Rush. That's heaven. But this green nigga right here in spandex with his elongated skull is not the Osir or the Osiris, son of Jehovah, that book is in the table of contents. Osiris the false is in Oah'S, you dig? But Osiris the false is not Osiris the son of Yahweh spoken of. You know what I mean? In the book of Osiris, son of Jehovah, in the Oah'S. Two different people live in two different time periods. You feel me? Two different time periods. You dig? So if y'all understand that, so we're not talking about this guy. It's not him. And all you got to do, trip off this. If you think I'm lying, for anybody just saying, nigga, you doing damage control, you is talking about this spandex ass nigga. I try you and challenge you to read the book of Osiris, son of Yahweh, and prove to me this is him. Because I'm going to go right into OSP and go to the book of the wars against Yahweh and show you Osiris the false. Show you his doctrine, what he was teaching. You know what I mean? All right. Now, Osiris had some cats that was rolling with him, as revealed in Oah'S. Another one was this guy right here. There go your boy. There go L or Uncle Ball. There he is right there. Now trip off this. This is a friend. He's sitting on the throne too. Trip off this with something in his hand. Two things in his hand, just like who? Osiris. Sitting on the throne. He got two things in his hands, and he got the same type of headpiece. Y'all see? Because as Owaspy reveals, Uncle Baal, the false god Baal, and Osiris the false used to be on the same team. Huh? If you looked at this image from the side, it would look like this nigga had on spandex too. So more than likely, Osiris got a dress on as well. It's just a front view. More than likely, he got a dress on too. See that? That's Baal or L, depending on what information you're looking at. You see that? So more than likely, see, we saw Osiris the false from the side. If you was to look at this from the side right now, then guess what? This would look like Baal or L had on spandex as well. But notice the headpiece, and also notice he's holding two whatever those things are. A scepter. One of them may be a scepter, one of them may be a reed or something like that. But whatever he's holding, it just symbolizes a rulership, dominion. It did. But notice they both sitting on the throne. They both got on spandex or a dress. They both got on the same type of headpiece, and both of them got symbols in their hands that represent rulership. You know why? Because Osiris the false and Uncle Baal was on the same team. And the only way you'll realize that and know that is if you read Owaspy. If you read the Book of the Wars Against Yahweh, it all get revealed. All right, if y'all understand that, give me a 2 up in the chat. Bless up. Bless up, bless up, bless up. So we picking apart dude's stuff. Man, let you know, man, you can't debate Owaspy if you never read it. I think it was looking real suspect. But even if he hadn't read it, you did. All he was supposed to do was just go into the benefits. That's what it was about. I could have Bible bashed, you know what I mean? I could have brought out some stuff and bashed whatever. But I ain't do that. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't the topic. You know what I mean? We got 2s up in the chat. Give me a 2 up in the chat if y'all understand that. The Baal and Osiris used to be on the same squad, but when you read the book of Thor, or the book of Apollo, or the book of Osiris, the son of the creator, you read that, that's not Osiris who I just showed you. That's Osiris the false, the god of Egypt who was worshipped. Again, every god or goddess, which is a son or daughter of the creator, that's down with him is never worshipped. They don't want your worship. They just want your brotherhood. You know what I mean? The angels depend on you and you depend on them. We're interdependent. In order for them to go further in creation, you got to rise up and take their place. All right? It's that simple. All right, we all good. Okay. All right, bow. What's Mel? What's going on, Mel? It's sure. According to Bible. Okay. Bing. We got told. What else is? Blessings. What it do? Okay. All right. Now let's get back to it. Watch this. It's easy to chop this up. It's so easy. But yeah, you know me, I let off a 60-round drum over there. You did, and stayed on topic. You know how it is. And got it done. So we just explained why you see that. Why you see the book of Apollo or the book of Osiris. False gods take the names of righteous ones that came before them so they don't have to labor to establish a new name amongst mortals. And they just switch the doctrine. Right, so there was an Osiris that was a solid soldier of the creator. The creator sent at a certain time period, way before the Osiris I just showed you. All right, to assist man in his progression, to assist angels in their assistance to man. And then, you know, they go do something else for the creator after the arc cycle is over. You know what I mean? That's another thing. We show the timetables of prophecy and all that. Watch it.
Son of Jehovah. Okay. We know he was the son of Odin, the devil. Okay, cool. Osiris, son of Jehovah. You hear that? Who in the world is Jehovah? That's at the top of all the heathen pantheons. Let's keep going. We're gonna figure it out. All right. So it's showtime. Shout out to A Bird from the loop. Right? This is not a debate. This is an intervention. This is an intervention.
Y'all hear that? He wasn't there to debate. It's an intervention. Dude was not on topic. Everybody know it. He did. So he wanted to come to shame on Wasp and shame me. So I knew it going there. It's all good, man. Like, look, you can't let something, you can't let what I speak about win on your platform. Not the whole thing. I understand it. That's why I just cleared the block. I was gonna clear the block. You know what I mean? So watch this. So he just said he wasn't even there to debate, y'all. It's intervention. See that? That shit backfired on whoever got together and decided to put this together. That shit backfired, boy. Watch this.
My nigga. You see, this nigga, nah. This is an intervention. This is an intervention. Let's keep going. We got to get this nigga out the vortex.
Hey, and he called me a nigga over 1,000 times. Of course, I'm never offended. But how somebody that called me a nigga 1,000 times, said he'd kill his child, said he would kill me, you dig, made the debate about me. How he win, that wasn't even the topic. Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is.
For all you vortex putting niggas, you niggas in the vortex, and we going to show it today. We going to show it. Let's go. So Sirach 26:8, there be two things that grieve my heart, and the third that making me angry: a man that suffered, a boy that suffered poverty, a man of understanding that are not set by, and one that returned from righteousness sin. The Lord prepares such a one for the sword. Let's listen. Let's clip up.
You would think that, we saying put the Bible down and all that. No.
No. We ain't saying put the Bible.
I still ain't said it. Brother asked me about his Quran the other day. Should we change it? Should I put it down? Nope. Leave it the way it is. I don't put nothing down. Utilize it as a tool. Use what you can apply. That's the same thing we do with a wasp. Use what you can apply. So I still ain't never said put the Bible down. You see the nerd of this Negro trying to paint? I'm just saying it's a higher light outside, and it is. And I've openly displayed it over there. Set it off over there. You dig? So I ain't never told you put the Bible. I don't have the authority to tell you put something down or stop reading something. When you hear me say that, watch this.
Down, that was 2 years ago. Let's listen to this nigga. He talking about contradictions in the Bible. This nigga's a contradiction. Let's listen to him 2 months ago.
Do you follow the Torah?
No, I don't.
No, I'm not bound to the Torah. I'm not. Right? What's practical and what's righteous, I apply. And I'm not bound to every word in the Torah. I'm not. I'm not. Only what's righteous, only what's of creator. You know what I mean? I'm only bound to doing righteousness to you. I'm only bound in removing the idols. I'm only bound in helping you and assisting you in your resurrection. I'm not bound to, you know what I mean, especially none of the bloody. I ain't bound to none of that. You know what I mean? I'm only bound to what's of creator. That's it. So yeah, I ain't never told you to put the Bible down, but no, I'm not bound to it. Meaning, no, I'm never killing my son if inspired by who I identify as God. No, I'm never sacrificing my daughter as a burnt offering to the God. No, I'm never selling my daughters because I got the privilege to. No, I'm never beating a slave within the inch of his life, and just because he don't die in 2 days, I'm good. Nah, it don't work like that. And there's other things too. It's like, man, come on now. No, I'm not chopping off no goat heads and trimming the fat and throwing blood on the altar and dismembering an innocent animal because I'm hungry or it smell good to the God. So no, I ain't told you put it down, but no, I'm not bound to it either. If it don't hit right, nigga, I'm not doing it. Easy work. See how easy that is? And I think we about on the 100th nigga already, y'all. Comedy hour, let's go.
You don't follow the Torah.
No, I don't. He don't care. He didn't fell off. He didn't went off track. It's something new. Let no man deceive you. Of falling away is coming first. Listen, let's listen to him.
Hey, Tovi and Cosmine, y'all relax, man. Just chill on out. Tovi, just relax. Both of y'all, just relax, man. Let's just watch what we got going on. You know what I mean? And let's be truthful with ourselves. All that is really a distraction to the chat. You know what I mean? Y'all relax, man. Let's just go ahead and chop it on up. You know what I mean? And be truthful with what we're seeing. That's all. You don't even take all. It ain't that serious. It's just information, man. You know what I mean? It's just information. It ain't even that serious. Yeah, we do this type of shit for fun.
Again.
Do you believe you're an Israelite?
Do I believe I'm an Israelite? I'm so much more than that. But you know, according to the earth, locality, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool.
Nerd locality. I'm so
much more than that. Right? And that's what it is. I am so much more than just an Israelite. When you speaking of the flesh, yeah, but we spiritual. You know what I mean? And again, I come from the Nazarene scene, you know what I mean, background as well. So in our literature, it tell you when anybody asks you who you are, you let them know you represent the brotherhood that surrounds the heavens and beyond. For only a poor, misguided, mischievous, sick, diseased soul believe his origin is the corner of some world where a man is drawn out of geographical boundaries. Yeah. I'm so much more than just an earthly title or a tribe that is on me. So much more than that, absolutely. So much more, because all that expires when I transition. All that expires when I transition. So yeah. I'm so much more than an Israelite, right? I represent the brotherhood that surrounds the heavens and far beyond. See, Nazarene sing, little change stuck her and beyond. Ooh, let's keep going.
So much more than that. I'm so much more than y'all because I didn't found this.
Tovi, I tried to tell you, chill out, man. Yeah, Mars jumped on you, bro. Just relax, man. Chill on out.
Frosted Flake book.
I got the snipers. You know what I mean? I got the snipers up top, Tovi. You already know. We already had you in the crosshair, boy. Chill on out, man. Chill on out, bro. Just relax.
17 and 20. That his heart be not lifted up above his brethren.
Yeah.
And that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left. Are they Israelites? So am I. You see? So am I. I ain't above my brethren. Do they believe in Christ? So am I. So do I. Let's rock. Let's keep going. Let's clip up again. This is we want to hear them.
Subscribe to what do you believe?
Hey y'all, not one benefit yet. Not one benefit yet. Not one clear benefit. You dig? I dumped 34. I put up 34 in the first round.
I don't subscribe wholly to anything.
What? I don't subscribe wholly to anything.
I don't. If I read something like kill your son, like I asked this Millie Mouth Negro, would he kill his son? He said, yeah. And above my brother, I don't subscribe wholly to anything. I'm not a slave to the Bible. Right? If a spirit come to me and say, behold, now is the time. You dig? Go over there and kill and split every waterhead white child and Chinese child to the white meat. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm going to say? Show to me first you a God that I may not err, for I've been commanded not to kill. And guess what that evil angel got to do? Get up out of there. Because the Creator ain't sending you no message to go kill nothing. How dare you put down anything the Creator made alive? Easy work, man. This stuff easy. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, this gotta get cooked. He did get cooked.
Oh, Israel, we are happy for the things that's known pleasing to God is made known on us. A double-minded man is not stable in any of his ways. In all of his ways, he's unstable. Matthew 6 and 24, no man can serve two masters. He don't hold to anything. You see, be not carried away with diverse and strange doctrines and beware of false prophets. We're going to keep on rocking. Let's clip up again. You see the verses up there. Let's listen to the information.
Israel, repent. You ain't up under the orders of none of these niggas. Come on back to the Most High and serve him in sincerity and truth. and stand up for what's real.
For what's real.
You understand? Don't let nobody pull no Jedi mind trick on you and got you thinking the Bible tamper with it. You can't trust what you reading with your own eyes, man. The great falling away is coming.
Great falling away is. You ever see the nigga prophesy?
Hey, but look, being real with it. The reason why I don't know Israelite or Christian believe the same thing, the reason why don't none of them get along or believe or see the same thing, is it because all these denominations, is it because none of them can read and properly comprehend? Or is it because Bible says different things? See, since that video, I've come to realize that the Bible says different things on every topic. That's why you can have a crew over here that deal with the Sabbath, dealing with the moon. You got a crew over here to deal with the Sabbath every Saturday. You got a crew over here to deal with interracial marriages. You got a crew over here that don't. You got a crew over here that believe Joseph and Mary had sex to produce Jesus. You got a crew over here that don't. You got a crew over here that believe in polygyny. You got a crew over here that don't. Got a crew over here that don't believe in wearing fringes. You got to wear zeets. You know what I mean? You dig? Or you ain't got to wear fringes at all. Like, they divided on everything. What's the feast days? How do you rock your garments? You know what I mean? What's the name of the creator or God? Divided about everything. Can Gentiles be saved? Huh? Slavery in the kingdom. Women being a woman being your personal toilet. Everything, every topic you pick in the Bible says different things. The Bible promotes different diametrically opposed ideas for any topic you pick. So guess what? We constantly gonna be divided. Because if you debate two Bible thumpers on any subject, they both gonna show up and be shooting precepts. And look, a lot of times the same precepts. So ask yourself this: how do you all have the same precepts and still have different understanding? Is there something wrong with you or Bible? See, that's a conversation you don't want to have. You say, no, something wrong with me, or something wrong with you, or something wrong with our mind. How is it that all these denominations, all these camps, all these Christian organizations, we all got the same book, right? But we all believe different things. We all have different doctrines. Is it because all of us can't read and properly comprehend? Or are you ready to be real with yourself and admit that the Bible says different things on every topic? And you know what men and women do? Side with their position that mostly suits them. That mostly makes sense to them. You're going to be forever chasing your tail, debating Bible, because the Bible says different things on any topic you pick. It's not uniform throughout the whole book. It's not. You know what I mean? Witchcraft, another one. People should say witchcraft, another one. See? So since that video, y'all, was like 8 years ago, man. 8-9 years ago. You dig? I don't even think my two youngest children was even born when I did that. You know what I mean? But since then, I've grown to understand and read the Bible more and looked and say, yeah, it does say different stuff, man. You can't get to Genesis chapter 1 or Genesis chapter 2. You can't get to Genesis chapter 2 without it being a different creation story. Like, it's different stuff going on and everything. You know what I mean? It don't say the same thing. The Noah story don't say the same thing. You know what I mean? Judas Iscariot, how he died ain't the same way. The Messiah was born at 2 different times. The Bible says different things about every subject. You dig? I couldn't see that then. You dig? But the past 5 years, I've gradually grown to see, like, wow, bro, the Bible does say different things on every subject. So you're going to be forever arguing what is righteous and what's not. They just was on Sonetta talking about rape, lawful rape. You got to be out your damn mind to think the creator or a true God or true goddess condone any type of rape. You got to be out of your damn mind. But the question is it condoned in Bible? Does the woman have a choice in certain situations in Bible? And if she don't have a choice, whether you go into or not, what do you call it?
His own life. This nigga prophesied.
Orgies. I know a lot of y'all got questions. We came out and told everybody.
And I know that's how I know he you know, all you Nick Rolls huddled up over there. All these are the video clips that my enemies put together years ago. You know what I mean? Called themselves Expose Me. You know what I mean? And that was to no avail because I let off a 110 round clip and dropped 110 Nazarene editions while they was millie mouthing and jaw jacking. You know what I mean? And look, I'm not taking down none of my old videos. I want people to look back and see where I was then and see where I'm at now. You should see growth in your life. How the hell you reading Genesis, the first chapter, the same way you did 5 years ago, boy? You ain't the same person you was 5 years ago. Everything changes, evolves, and progresses. No way.
We don't believe our God creates evil or good.
And to be honest, Malaki Macabee from 7-8 years ago don't want no smoke with me right now. I'm gonna keep it solid with you. You dig? And trip off this. Y'all ain't fucking with that nigga from 7 years ago. You for sure ain't rocking with me now. You wasn't messing with me then. None of y'all was. Y'all wasn't messing with me then. That's why y'all running around here mouth poked out like a little scorned girl.
They got everybody mad. They're like, oh, how could you mean your God? Look, the God I serve don't create evil, nor he don't do evil either. I'm standing on it.
That's the God that he.
Now, I ain't saying you ain't reading it in your scripture.
Yeah. Created evil. See? Does evil. You find out your creator ain't nothing but love. Even when he calls the flood, he ain't come from a vengeful place. Your creator ain't nothing but love, man. Love you. And I'm gonna hit y'all with something else. Ain't none of this shit our fault, man. How liberating is that to know? Hey, man, ain't none of this shit your fault, man. This is the product of some false deities and gods that messed some things up 6,000 years ago. You dig? They gotta be corrected. They gotta be corrected. You know, it's your fault. You know what I mean? No, your creator ain't nothing but love. He ain't out here sanctioning evil and doing evil. No, it don't work like that. You dig? But the Bible does teach that. And that's to my Christian brothers and sisters and anybody wondering why, because I be hearing that like, why are the Hebrews so angry? Y'all, you think the Hebrews ain't reading the Bible? Now, the one thing Israelites gonna do is read the Bible. And the reason why Israelites are angry, I'm gonna let you in on something. Because the God is angry. The reason the Israelites ready to go to war, because the God is a man of war. A man of war. They're mimicking the God. Mimicking the God. Now, that ain't saying you can't, reach into there and find attributes of the creator, you know what I mean? Fruits of the spirit and all that. Yeah, that's solid. You feel me? You just got to know what you read, man. Everything that's attributed to the creator is not. It's not. Like, you really need to get into the compilation, how the Bible was compiled and how you got it today. It blow your mind. I went over a little bit in the beginning. Look at this.
That's scripture to say that. Do you believe that?
But do you believe that? Yes, nigga, we believe that. It's on the paper. And see, it ain't just us.
He's off topic. This debate ain't about me. Let's keep going.
But the whole world believes the Bible is the best thing for any civilization. We're going to show that. We're going to show that. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Winnow not at every wind, and go not into every way, for so doth the sinner that hath the double tongue. Listen, that we be not henceforth no more children, carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness.
Y'all, what benefits has he said at all? That boy Priest Daniela was like, yeah, I seen scriptures up on the screen. What benefits was he showing? Come on, man. Y'all know what that was.
Cunning craftiness whereby they lay in wait to deceive. That reminds us of Psalms 83. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. This is just another culprit. He want to hate on our book. But his book don't even make sense. He don't even believe it. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
And man, look, y'all see this. His whole first round was about me. You're not on topic, Jack. You're not on topic. And you're not showing how your text is better. Or what you reading is better. You dig? We stuck to the topic. All right, so look, that's let me go ahead and throw this in the link for the chat so y'all can go look at that. All right. I'm about to go ahead and read over some of what Cal P sent me last night. He sent me that video. If y'all ain't seen video Cosmo and Cal did yesterday exposing all that madness this cat was talking about, you know how he was trying to discredit OSB from outside of it. He never went inside. Outside of it, the slander of masonry, the slander of children getting killed by the WASP possessing people to kill children. And I'm like, nah, Jack, that's Bible. Like, what is you talking about? All of it, man. All the slander and lies and that the children starved because they ate apples. Like, God, so I'm about to go ahead and drop this link right here in the chat for those who didn't see that debate. You can go back, watch it. It was a clear landslide. You did. They voted the other way, but we wasn't there for the judgment of men anyway. We was there to shine that light, drop them light bombs, and get up out of there. You did. And I ain't never mad for anybody listening. I ain't never mad. You did. I was coming to clear the block anyway. That's what I did. I cleared the block. You did. Clip up. All right, let me stop sharing this for a second. If y'all get some understanding so far, give me a 3 up in the chat. Bless up. I'm gonna read some of this doc that Cal P was going over yesterday. Powerful. Powerful. Come to find out that all that stuff he was talking was a lie. But it wasn't on topic anyway. It wasn't on topic anyway, but come to find out all that was a lie. And we knew that. We already knew it, but we figured we just keep showing benefits because he ain't on topic. We can keep showing benefits. We win by default. We win anyway. Are we all good? I see y'all in the building. Bless up, bless up. Now let's read some of this. Look, all them is scare tactics, man. It's crazy. But you know what's even more scarier is everything they accusing the WASP of, they guilty of with script, the Bible. I say, especially with the King James. I was like, dang, man. That's crazy. All right, so here we go right here. Let's share this. Let's share this right here. I got this from my brother Cosmo and Cal. It's called Details and Rumors of WASP. We gonna deal with this, all right? Right on, bro, for sharing that. And let me go ahead and blow this up so everybody can see it. Right on for sharing that, bro. All right. Like, we been had this. This ain't nothing that just got typed up 3 seconds. Man, look, so we already know what's out there. But again, the topic was what? We the ones kept our honor. What was the topic? The Holy Bible verse on WASP, which one is better for our people? That was the topic. You know what I mean? So we stayed on topic. And the street speaking. You dig? And that's all good. You know, so this ain't nothing no type of crybaby or nothing. It ain't none of it. Like, we actually have fun doing this type of stuff. We have fun kicking your God ass. You know what I mean? We gonna have fun just bringing out the light and information and going hard and challenging our people to be better and all that. Look, that's fun. I could be out in the streets doing anything else, but I'm hurt. That's fun. You know what I mean? So based off that light bomb, so many people saw it from so many miles away. And it resonated in so many people's spirit after that debate. If I showed you all the messages I had, you wouldn't believe it. From friends and foe. From people who rock with us to people who don't even like us. It was like, bro, you set it off over there. You feel me? So it got more people going to get that and, you know, sit down and study it. And then if you really got questions, you need to go get with my brother SHALOM TV. You need to go get with my brother Cosmo and Cal TV. You need to get with my brother Daryl Cosmo. You know what I mean? You need to get with the Sister Tikva, Ahuba in the chat. Sister Keyline and all them. NehemiYAH. You know what I mean? Intuitive Goat. You know what I mean? Like, we over here to create a game deep. Get with the brothers. Get with the sisters. You got questions? Go like, subscribe, share. You dig? And ask your questions. You know what I mean? Become sincere. You dig? Look, we ready to answer. We ready to answer and all that because you're going to have questions. YHWH's is a thick read. That deal bigger than a textbook. You dig? But it's a beautiful read. I must say, I didn't get trapped into staying outside of it based off some slander. I was like, man, let me read this. I always been like that. You know what I mean? When everybody was talking crazy like about the Kabbalah, I went and got a Kabbalah and read it. You dig? And most of the stuff people say about it is false. There is like a magical Kabbalah though that you know all that, but you got practical Kabbalah and theoretical Kabbalah and all that. You dig? Then you got your magical text. So there is some magical, you know, dark with that. But for the most part, it wasn't even what people were saying it was. Got the Zohar that's evil. Your head gonna start spinning around when it got that. That ain't what everybody say it is at all. You know what I mean? A lot of people are throwing shots based off what somebody else is saying and not looking at it for themselves. All right. So let's get into this. Shout out to my brother Cosmon Cal. Y'all go over there, like, subscribe, share. These brothers be dropping some major light. You know what I mean? And y'all think I'm a problem. Look, if y'all can't handle me, y'all not ready for bruh and them. They've been rocking this for a while. So when it come down to certain stuff, man, like time periods and you know what I mean, stuff that you really don't know nothing about. When it come down to like timetables of prophecies and time periods and explaining things that's getting pulled up out of the earth and what arc cycle it happened and what all, man, look, go check in. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, go check in with them bros, man. Salute them, bro. I salute you, brothers and sisters, for holding that mantle for so long. You dig? That deal shining, boy. I picked up watch people like, ooh wee. I got the biggest strap on the block, baby. Ooh wee. Now let's get this. Major light. Let's get this. All right. OWASP faiths have been at the forefront of counterculture, spiritual, and alternative diet movements and have experienced the trauma of what it is to be feared and loathed because of their perspective. Some readers of OWASP are afraid to tell their family about their beliefs. Some readers prefer to maintain a private connection to the faithist communities while participating in other more socially acceptable communities such as environmental and social welfare activism, vegetarianism, Baha'i, Rosicrucian, Freemasons, Neo-Pagan, Wiccan, Spiritualists, UFO MUFON groups, UFO MUFON Christian Science, Seventh-day Adventists, Quaker, Jewish, and African diaspora. Some faithist groups openly support their members' participation in other philosophical and religious groups. Many faithists and readers of OWASP are in interfaith relationships, hopefully giving their family and partners the freedom to pursue their individual and spiritual paths. If you are thinking of joining a faithist organization, it is important. It is important to be discerning. You should be skeptical about groups that claim the world is coming to an end, proselytize a specific belief system they have the only truth, guarantee that you will go to heaven, be saved, or be taken up in a flying saucer if you do exactly what they say. Constantly talk about the sinners or drudges and those who will go to hell. They say that all other belief systems are a lie. They claim to be the only direct connection to God. They demand money. They demand obedience. They claim to be chosen by God or Jehovah. These red flags should alert you to the fact that the organization does not have your best spiritual interests at heart, and or their belief system goes against the free will set forth in OWASP. It'll blow your mind that most of them so-called faith groups, they don't even read OWASP. It'll blow your mind. You'll be like, what is that? What is they over there doing? You know what I mean? Word. Look at this. Contemporary faithist group in the United States of America. Restoration Faithists of the New York area. Y'all see how transparent we been? Universal Faithists of Cosmon, the UFK, shout out. UFK Inc. The Eloists, headquartered in the New England region. OWASP College University, and Seventh Era Faithists. Outside the United States, the Confraternity of Faithists in Cosmon Church in the United Kingdom. The OWASP Stitching in the Netherlands. Wow. Faithists, past faithist organizations, rumors versus details, introductions. It is not my intuition to prove the rumors and opinions wrong, but to give a more complete image of the faith's history. All right. The Societas Frateria in Placentia, California. Your boy is brought that up, didn't he? Placentia eaters. She crazy, man. Look at it. And again, I could do this with Bible all day. I could pull up all type of Bible groups that did evil. The debate wasn't about that, right? But we ain't got no problem with being transparent. No problem at all. And we don't condone any type of wickedness done to any children or women, period. We don't condone none of it. You dig? And the bros I roll with would have buried your ass behind something like that. We ain't allowing our women and children to be violated and taken advantage of. Because a hot loin Negro don't know how to take care of, handle his business. Nah, that ain't finna happen. Not on my watch. I guarantee it won't happen. Look at it, rumors. A fruitarian OWASP group circa 1895. All right, this group was around from 1876 before OWASP was even written to 1921. Remember that. A fruitarian OWASP group circa 1895. 2 children were starved to death. The first a 1-year-old baby that was starved to death after being fed a diet of raw peeled apples. Are you serious, man? Are y'all serious? The apples are starving you. Stop it, man. The infant was so ill from eating apples. And this nigga believed it. He asked me, what would I feed my nigga? I'm gonna feed them babies what I feed my babies. Huh? Living food. And ain't damn one of my children starved. I don't know what this Millie Mouth Negro was talking about. And then he trying to play on your mind again. Would you feed them apples? Only apples? We may do a week where we just eating apples. We say, man, y'all just go on apple first, eat apples. Next week, let's eat watermelons. You know what I mean? But nigga, ain't nobody starving from no apples, bro. Stop it. The infant was so ill it could not even cry. 2 cult leaders, George Rensdale Hind and Dr. Louis Schlesinger, were indicted on murder charges in the death. The second death was Alice Hind, the 18-year-old daughter of leader George Rensdale Hind. She was not keen on OWASP. So her fanatical father locked her in her room for 2 years and fed her bread and water. Well, if it's a fruitarian, that's raw. Bread is not raw. That's another red flag. How is he feeding her bread and water if that's a raw organization? Right? Bread is cooked. Raw foods are not cooked. Look at this. She died from starvation. George Hind hid the body of the daughter. Remember, at 18, he's saying. George Hind hid the body of the daughter by burying it in the backyard, out the back door in an unmarked grave so authorities could not find the body. The Orange County coroner's inquest found that Alice Hind was starved to death. Details. Walter Lockwood, one of the editors of OWASP, moved to the community in 1884. So 3 years after OWASP is written. But there are no official ties to other faithist groups of the day. In their own documents, they did not identify as readers of OWASP. Do y'all hear this? Y'all see how the room is there? This is an OWASP group. But in their own documents, they don't identify with OWASP. You see how easy it is just to throw something out there? But you really don't go get the details. You really don't go get the facts. You see what I'm saying? But there are no official ties to other faithist groups of the day. In their own documents, they did not identify as readers of OWASP. Wow. The Societas Frateria was a spiritualist, free love, vegan, raw food community founded in 1876. So founded before OWASP was written in 1881. 6 years before the publication of OWASP. They called themselves Societas Fraterna. However, the surrounding community dubbed them the Placentia Grass Eaters. That's what your boy Iz was talking about. Placentia Eaters. But they was labeled it by the surrounding communities. right? That wasn't what they was about. They was a free love, vegan, raw food community. They weren't placenta grass eaters. Wow. And referred to them as freaks, faddists, and spooks. In May of 1879, same year, the colony is raided by local authorities because one of Heinz's children is believed to be starving to death on the society's diet. The complaint is apparently lodged by a Reverend Toombs living nearby. So they thinking the children are starved to death because they got them on a raw diet. Look at this. The case is tried in Los Angeles County Court in June of 1879, same year. Huh? This is before WASPI is even written. How is this no WASPI group? How? See how they just putting stuff on stuff? This, y'all, this is 6 years. This is 1879 is 3 years before WASPI is written. He in trial for this so-called alleged event 3 years before the book is even written. Or transcribed. Or transmitted. Look at this, man. You gotta watch all that, man. Look at this. The case is tried in Los Angeles County in June of 1879. The jury failed to reach a verdict. There was evidently no intent to commit a crime. There was evidently, the evidence showed, there was evidently no intention to commit a crime. Y'all see this? Wow, really? SF Chronicles 6-1-1879, page 1. Give you the source so you can go look at it. Huh? The Santa Ana Standard wrote, a little wholesome hanging would be good for the entire community of frauds and fanatics. But a jury dismissed the charges in 1890. I'm tripping. But the jury dismissed the charges. So the charges were dismissed. That community was not responsible for starving to death those children. All this went down before WASPI was even written. So how was this blamed on WASPI? Help me out. Help me out. How? How is this on WASPI if all this happened before it? The jury dismissed the charges. Wasn't no evidence. Can't prove that. In 1898, Heinz's daughter Alice, 16 years old, died from suicide by drowning. Hold on. No, hold on. Because up here it says she was 18. Here. The second death. Hold on. It is. But look what was allegedly to happen. The second death was Alice Hine, the 18-year-old daughter of leader George Rinsdale Hine. Hold on. She committed suicide at 16. She wasn't starved to death at 18. She committed suicide at 16. She was not keen on a WASPI, so her fanatical father locked her in a room for 2 years and fed her bread and water. She died from starvation. George Hine hid the body of the daughter by burying it in the backyard. But down here, Alice Hine in 1898 was 16 years old, y'all. And she committed suicide by drowning. In 1898, Hines' daughter, Alice, 16 years old, died from suicide by drowning. In her note, she apologized to her father for killing herself. Newspapers and historians speculated that her diet and digestive problems led to her melancholy. Orange Coast Magazine, March 1987, The Placentia Grass Eaters by Sue Bishop. It should be noted that the group prided themselves on their raw food diet, so bread, a cooked food, would not have been used to starve Alice. It is important to remember that 10 years prior to her suicide, Alice's young brother died. Her parents were implicated for his murder and acquitted. Her surviving brother and other members of the community were continually bullied by neighbors when they left the farm, and then her mother died. All of these things must have contributed to Alice's depression. Mental illness was not understood in the 1800s, and the most successful form of treatment at that time was lobotomy. Alice might have died acidity from immersion therapy as an alternative to lobotomy. Y'all see? So the placental grass eaters that old boy brought up, that was a lie, y'all. The Societies for Terrier, Placenta, California, 1876 and 1921. All that was a lie. All that was a lie. If y'all understand that, give me a 4 up in the chat. Alice didn't die. Wasn't starved to death. She committed suicide by drowning at the age of 16. She wasn't starved to death at 18. They was acquitted on them charges. Acquitted. They went to LA, went to court, acquitted, because the evidence didn't prove a crime was committed. You see that? So you gotta be real with yourself, man. It's real easy to jump out there and grab some, but you know, are you gonna do your due diligence? And again, the debate wasn't about this. We could have brought this out when he was doing that. You dig? But he off topic doing that. That's not where the debate is at. The debate was about which one is better. You know what I mean? It wasn't about trying to defend John Newbro. It wasn't about trying to defend Ezra. You know what I mean? This wasn't about that. This was about which one is better for the people. You know what I mean? And the only way to prove that, you got to go into the record. You outside for. I could have been out. I could have pulled this to combat that. Now what? But we both would have been off topic. Look at this right here. You know what I mean? You know how many people believe that, man? It's the Brotherhood of Light, Colorado and California, 1902 to the 1930s. Wasn't he pulling up articles from the 1900s? Supposedly about YAH'S. He ain't bring not one benefit out Bible. Not one. Look at this. The Brotherhood of Light, Colorado and California, 1902 to 1930. Roma. It's about the Roma. Circa 1906, Arboles, Colorado, 13 children were originally given to this YAH'S Bible orphanage, 4 miles outside the tiny town of Arboles, Colorado in 1906. 12 died from malnutrition over the course of 1 year. 6 deaths occurred in 1 month. George Rose and Minnie Wheeler were arrested on 6 counts of manslaughter and were held over for trial. A coroner's inquest found that all 12 children were starved to death. Hold on, that was 13 children. 12 died. Okay. All 12 children were starved to death. The remaining 7 other children we placed in. Hold on. No, that math don't add up. 13 children were originally given to this YAH'S Bible orphanage 4 miles outside of the tiny town of Arboles, Colorado. 12 died, so that means only 1 child is left. 12 died from malnutrition over the course of 1 year. 6 deaths occurred in 1 month. So that means the other 6, happened for the rest of the 11 months. All right. George Rose and Minnie Wheeler were arrested on 6 counts of manslaughter and were held over for trial. The coroner's inquest found that all 12 children were starved to death. The remaining 7, there's only supposed to be 1 child left. No way. It was 13 children, 12 died. That means there's only 1 child left. What you mean the remaining 7? The remaining 7 other children we placed in foster care. Details. The Brotherhoods were in operation from 1902 to 1930s. On October 12, 1906, H.B. Kerr and public health officials had visited the Brotherhood at Arboles and left apparently satisfied that the children were well cared for. There it is. October 12, 1906, H.B. Kerr and public health officials had visited the Brotherhood at Arboles and left apparently satisfied that the children were well cared for, although they were concerned about the vegetarian diet. However, 3 days later, on October the 15th, the Denver Press came out with glaring headlines and awful pictures of starving children in Arboles. The published records indicate that H.B. Kerr brought charges against the Brotherhood of Light, George C. Rose and Winnie Wheeler on the 25th day of October 1906 for the death of 1 child, Maybelle. Nah, it's supposed to be 12 children, right? And 1 left. The math ain't even adding up. This is word. For the death of one child, Maybell. The case came to trial in January of 1907. H.B. Kerr did not appear in court on the day the case was heard. The district attorney asked that the case against the Brotherhood of Light, Rose and Willer be dismissed because the district attorney felt the suit against the Brotherhood of Light, Rose and Willer was an attempt to influence an election. Look at that, y'all. The district attorney said drop the case. He blew trial, and even H.B. Kerr didn't come to court. He blew trial, and the one prosecuting him asked that the case against the Brotherhood of Light, Rose and Willer be dismissed because the district attorney felt the suit against the Brotherhood of Light, Rose and Willer was an attempt to influence an election. This was political. It was political. The case was dismissed after comments by the judge that he felt the Brotherhood of Light was doing a service. Look at this. Look at this. Case dismissed. The case was dismissed. He's bringing out all lies, bro. The case was dismissed after comments by the judge that he felt the Brotherhood of Light was doing a service to care for family and children. After selling their property, the Brotherhood left Arbolis with their children. Children. So one child. So is it one child died or 12? They about this case was dismissed and they took the children they still had under their care. You see that? Selling their property, the Brotherhood left Arbolis with their children and moved to La Crescenta, California, near Los Angeles, to join the Cuddle Doom Faithers group. While in California, they successfully raised at least 20 children. It should be noted that by now in California, children could no longer be gathered in, and instead they were adopted by members of the community. Y'all see that? Clear it up. We giving you the name of the organizations, circle what year, the rumor, and then the detail behind it. All these cases done got dismissed. Ain't no evidence found. Stuff was political. They were trying to influence elections and all that. Wow. The Universal Light, circa 1970, Anaheim, California. Rumors. Where some 15 different UFO doomsday cults were formed by OWASP leader Mary Lou Brown, who called herself Goddess of the Red Star. This group was waiting for a nuclear war and UFO rescue. Some cult members were so brainwashed by Mary Lou Brown's doomsday cult, they had to be rescued by cult deprogrammer Ted Patrick. Details. Mary Lou Brown was a psychopath who preyed on the fears of people who wanted a better life. Mary Lou Brown demanded abstinence, a strict vegan diet that was high in sugar, a tithe of 90%, and daily devotions. Faithers who questioned her authority and her delusional ideas often felt intimidated by her husband, who was part of the local police department. Mary Lou Brown's dictatorial tyranny went against OWASP's foundation of personal freedom and the questioning of authority. See, she acting out, but that show you she ain't even ready. That one thing about creator, the creator hate when you take away somebody's liberty or freedom. That's totally against the creator. He ain't with you taking away anybody's freedom and free will. How she got down was totally against what was in the text. That debate we had was about the text. It wasn't about outside of it. Universal Brotherhood, circa 1960 to 1980. Ballingup, Northwest Australia. Rumors. OWASP Bible / Urantia book. I read that too. Base religious cult group led by Fred and Mary Robinson. This OWASP Bible UFA Doomsday cult group was waiting for a UFO rescue. And look, that's how you know they not read. You know what I mean? You ain't resurrecting to no higher heavens until after you cross over. You gotta die first, and then raise up, and then be have a grade sufficient enough for the times of resurrection and harvest. Ain't no chariot coming to get you, Millie Mouth Nick Rose, while you in the flesh right now. Nah, that ain't happening. This OWASP Bible UFO Doomsday Cult group is waiting for a UFO rescue, at which time all people in the world who did not accept OWASP would be taken up on prison UFO ships and taken to prison planets. Where the hell are they reading that at? Cult leader Fred Robinson was originally thought to be a harmless old kook until a 2007 Freedom of Information Act request revealed that Fred Robinson was involved in a Rosicrucian pedophile priest scandal at a nudist colony where he was an ordained minister. According to the Freedom of Information Act report released in 2007, Fred Robinson was part of a Rosicrucian nudist colony in the early 1950s in Brisbane, Australia, when two men were sentenced to prison for debauchery with two boys, aged 11 and 14. The nudist colony cult leader, Reverend William Henry Long, was sentenced to 5 years hard labor in Gaol Prison, Queensland, for debauchery with an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old boy he had obtained from a local orphanage. The FOIA report also revealed that Fred Robinson was also trying to procure children from orphanages. Australian Child Protective Services refused to give Fred Robinson any children. Detail. The Universal Brotherhood of Australia was a New Age Christian commune, and there is no evidence that they had or were influenced by WASPI. The community is still in operation today, but they recognize under a new name. That's crazy, bro. There's no evidence. I'll read a couple more of these and get up out of here. I heard of them right here. I heard there's scenes of Cosmon. See, we transparent over this way. Transparent. Shit, you look, watch out. Jumping out here being all silly. Watch out so you know what's going on. You know what I mean? There's scenes of Cosmon. Utah and Colorado, 1930s, 1972. Rumors led by Wayne Anderson, who was recruiting people to come join this cult to escape a coming nuclear war. Details. With financial support from Wayne Anderson and other faiths, the scenes of Cosmon, an WASPI community, was established in North Salt Lake, Utah by the end of the 1940s. The community moved to Montrose, Colorado. Planning started in the 1930s, and by 1946, they had land, farming, and print shop, publishing WASPI, their newsletter, and Anderson many books on prophecies. Anderson lived full-time in Los Angeles, California. His ego was so large that he thought of the scenes of Cosmon as his, and people that did not get along with Anderson were encouraged to leave. The Cold War brought an influx of new members who were seeking emotional security due to fears of atomic war. The community closed in 1972 due to lack of members. The founding members had died or moved, with all assets being sold by Anderson in 1976. Ray Schlitman was a surviving member, and he moved to Tiger, Georgia, and helped found Four Winds Children's Village in the 1970s. The Universal Brotherhood of Faith is Four Winds Children's Village in Tiger, Georgia. Rumors. Four Winds Village, Tiger, Georgia, circa 1986, was the scene of a grisly murder of a WASPI promoter, Ray Schlitman. According to Virginia Howard, founder of Four Winds Village, Ray Schlitman had just moved to the property in 86 and had been there only one day when he went missing. His body was found on the back of the wooded estate with his skull crushed in. The same day, $10,000 in cash was stolen from Ray's room. Details. Ray Schlitman was born on February 13th, 1898, and had lived in a WASPI community since the 1930s. He died of exposure. In November of 1981 at 83 years of age. Ray Schlitman had been residing in Tiger, Rabun County, Georgia since 1976 and was an active founding member of Virginia Howard's Four Winds Children's Village. Ray was found sitting peacefully under a tree. It is speculated that he fell while walking by himself and was unable to get up, or perhaps he chose to sit down under that tree for his own reasons. There is no evidence that he ever had $10,000. Man, what is going on, man? Oh, this is a good one. Rumor. WASPI is plagiarized from the work of Cora L.V. Richmond. Details. WASPI is a revisionary history of world religion and the like. The work of Cora L.V. Richmond was a product of the spiritualist movement. The similarities in there. Y'all heard this? Details. WASPI is a revisionary history of world religion and the like. The work of Cora L.V. Richmond was a product of the spiritualist movement. The similarities in there. Roma, Masonic rites were practiced at Shalom. Shalom was sold to Newbro by a Mason. Newbro was buried with Masonic rites in a Masonic grave site. Look at this. Details. You said we picking apart this cat whole presentation, man. Which wasn't on topic. Details. It is documented that rituals were used at Shalom. Research indicates that successful groups such as the Faithless Brotherhood of Light and Cuddle Dome use Shalom rituals. Some of these rites were later published in the Faithless Hymnal. Newbro did not own Shalom, so that's a lie. Mason sold it to him. Newbro didn't own Shalom. Andrew Howland's name is on all the deeds showing him as the owner of the land that became Shalom. Andrew Howland. It is possible that a Mason could have owned some of the many parcels of land that Howland purchased. It is well documented that Newbro was buried at Shalom. When there was flooding on what had been Shalom land, Justine Newbro Howland had Newbro's coffin moved to the public cemetery in Las Cruces. The public cemetery has burials of many religious faiths, including Roman Catholic, nuns, Jews, and probably a few Masons. Universal Faithers of Cosmon members designed and paid for Newbro's headstone. And Faithers installed the headstone fulfilling the wishes of the author, Mrs. K.D. Stowes, that Newbro's grave be marked. So now he ain't buried in no Masonic, graves site with his grave markers Masonic, and he wasn't even no Mason. None of y'all can even tell us what lodge he was a part of or what order he was up under. And if you say it, then you got to go and prove it. Like the oldest lodge in New York is the Lodge of St. John. Go show John Newbro on the register. We just showed King James as an initiated Mason in the register under the Order of Scone in Perth, April 15, 1601, an initiated Freemason in Scotland. They got a picture of him kneeling before the altar. We just showed you the King James Bible with all Masonic, the 1611 King James Bible got all Masonic regalia in it, title page and all. We just showed the video in the beginning. So everything that you don't rock with a WASP for, you already guilty of it. You already guilty of it with Bible. So it's time to put Bible down if you saying don't deal with a WASP because of the things you think around it is true. But what you do over here applies to Bible. Crazy. Newbro B.O. After publishing a WASP, Newbro walked away from his dental practice, his marriage, and family. His divorce papers indicate his wife did not support his desire to help reduce deaths among fondling children. And she received everything in the divorce settlement, including the income from the dental practice. Newbro was not always known for his charity. He was a hard man, how disciplining with a whip. Not uncommon at that point in history, but perhaps undesirable and expected from the servant who gave us Owaski. Andrew Holland financed Shalom through his inheritance from Holland Family Trust. And his name is on the deeds as owner of all the purchases of the many parcels of land that became the almost 1,500 acres that was Shalom. The Shalom colony volunteers had thought the land would be held in common and that they would participate in group decisions making at Shalom. Howland wanted to do things his way and evicted all the volunteers in 1886 when they complained. He and Newbro were sued by some of the disgruntled former colony members. However, the New Mexico Supreme Court ruled against the volunteers, saying they should have gathered more information before joining the group. After Newbro's death, Holland established a dairy and chicken farm at Shalom. As no new volunteers came to Shalom, workers had to be hired, and eventually Holland had to sell Shalom because he ran out of money. All right. And there's many more to this. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. I just wanted to come on and do a debate review, chop it up a little taste, you know what I mean, with the fam. We've been on here right around 3 hours. That's all good. But if y'all got some understanding today, all right, I wanted to show y'all what it was. You know, slow it down a little bit, pick all that apart, right? Show what they throwing over this way, they actually already guilty of. Right? So by that means you ain't supposed to be dealing with Bible then, based off y'all logic. You see that? So it's disingenuous to judge a book by its cover. We grew up hearing that. It's disingenuous to judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? It's disingenuous to judge anybody by the color of their skin. That's one thing Martin Luther King had, right? A man is not to be judged by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. That's true. All right, so we gotta, if we gonna deal with, you know what I mean, whatever it is, or YHWH's, Bible, Holy Bible, Quran, whatever, we gotta go off what's in it. You dig? How we look like talking about we, you know, spiritual beings, and we judging something based off everything outside of it. You ain't went inside and got the experience yet. So what are you even talking about? You know what I mean? And again, y'all, I could have did that and rebutted them. That's not the topic, though. Not the topic. But he wasn't there to debate anyway. So that means, guess what, y'all? No matter what I brought forth, they wouldn't have gave me the dub. They wouldn't have gave me the dub no matter what I brought forth. Because he wasn't there to debate according to his own mouth. This is the intervention. This ain't even a debate. Right? Which made sense because his whole first round was about me. Right? This ain't even proven if the Holy Bible is better for our people. This is about me. And I'm steady firing. Vlah! Vlah! Set off a 60-round drum in that deal, boy. Dropped a light bomb in that deal. Vlah! Because I knew they stacked the deck. That's good. And again, I ain't mad. You know what I mean? I'm never mad. I knew what I was walking into. Clear the block. Right? So what that say about my character? I knew what I was walking into. It still showed up. I'm going to defend my honor at every turn. I'm going to defend my honor at every turn. I'd rather go out on my shield than not show up. You dig? And showed up and Vrah! It's like, dang, what he shooting over there? Boy, put your little water pistol up. Your little water gun. Put your little water gun up. Vrah! Man, we let off a light. Man, we let off so many light bombs on Sunday, man. It was like, dang, dog. Y'all, even the enemies hitting up like, man, I ain't never read what you talking about. I disagree, but bro, you set it off around that deal. Man, we got enemies making posts. Because what dude did was an embarrassment to Israel. That's the best y'all got for me. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. You dig? That was embarrassing for the Israelites as a nation. That was embarrassing. You know what I mean? Y'all should not feel good about that, and they don't, because they ain't even loud. They ain't even outside with it. It's the most quietest wind I've ever heard. You dig? So it's all good, man. I'm gonna drop this right here in the chat. See if any of y'all want to come on. I'll come on, chop it up with your brother, man. It's all good. Chop it up with your brethren. Drop the link in the chat. So you want to come on real quick. I'll chop it up a little taste with y'all. And then I'm gonna go ahead and follow him back. Set it off in that deal, boy. Y'all go back and watch this video when it come back up. You know what I mean? Because like we okay. You want to talk about white men and Bible and masonry? Watch that video I played in the beginning. Y'all gonna be like, dang. And that wasn't even and that's not even we didn't even play the whole thing. I just played 30 minutes of 47-minute video. Dang, man, I know we ain't freezing up around this deal. That's weird. Freezing up in this deal. Yo. Okay, there we go. Let me drop this link in the chat, man. Y'all come on in and y'all want to holler at your brother for a little taste. Let's go ahead and cook. dig? Shout out to the creative gang, man. Shout out to the gang. Dig? It's an honor to be on the team. I'm just happy to be here. Period. And again, I'm just one brother out of countless brothers and sisters. The gang deep. We deep. And it's liberty. It's liberty in creator, man. You ain't bound to none of that. You don't want to talk about the fact that you wear fringes because a nigga picked up sticks on the Sabbath and got bricked to death. That's why you got your fringes on. They take you to Numbers 15:32, start go on up some more and read on down. And read the whole story. And guess what you see? The reason that the Israelites wear fringes is because a nigga picked up sticks on the Sabbath and got bricked to death. That's why you wear fringes. So you could look upon your fringes and remember to do the law. That's crazy, man. That's nuts. And today you got Israelites who won't even talk to you because you ain't got on what? Fringes. Shout out to the big homie NehemiYAH. He just ran into that. He just ran into that around the corner from his house. Seen IUIC, Shalom dude. He like, you shaloming me for? Where your fringes? Like, dang. Bro, I just bidded you in peace. Shalom, Shalom, who was you? You dig? Obviously, if I'm saying shalom, what's good? You dig? Where your fringes at? Like that's what these cats reduce everything to, some fringes, some zeets. Man, stop all that madness, man. You dig? Oh man, I got my brother 40 Cal P in the building. Bless up. Let's bring in my brother, man. I'm bringing my brother. Much love to the brother, man. Much love to the fam. Come on in. Bro. Yeah, I got Kyle in the building. King, man, what's the word, bro? Talk to me.
Man, peace to the righteous gods, man, and the Nirvanian goddesses. Creative gang is in the house, man. What's going on, Malaki, Macabee?
Hey man, you brothers, man. We've been creative gang been on the run since Sunday. You dig?
Man. Hey, the crazy part is, bro, you debunked everything. Yeah. Listen, the crazy part is they scared of OWASP. Yeah. This is the crazy part. They don't want to admit that they afraid of the white boy. And think of this. You wrote a book as masterful as OWASP. A book so masterful, ain't no book been able to whoop Bible for over 2,000 years.
Facts.
Ain't no book been able to whoop Bible for over 2,000 years. And the white dude write a book that whoops the Bible, beat the biblical God to death, strangle him. You dig what I'm talking? Reveals who he is. Remember, they God. In Revelations 19:10 is riding on a horse with a name that don't nobody know. Yeah. And that's Christ, right? Remember, it's Christ, but he got a name don't nobody know. That name is revealed in OWASP.
Sure is. We know who he is.
We know who he is. If you don't know who Christ is, and that's why you worried about if a nigga coming back or not. Because you scared he gonna kill everybody, including you. Because you're not holy enough to be one of them 144,000 people that's supposed to be spared in the end of the day. You're not that holy. So you're going to die. Your God, your Messiah, we don't know if it's Jebus. They say it's Jebus, but the Messiah is also Cyrus. They say he coming back to bring a sword. The mama gonna be against the daughter, the daddy gonna be against the son, and your biggest op is gonna be in your house. You dig what I'm talking about? We know that come from the beast. Don't come from Yeshua at all. That comes from one of the four heads of the beast. And since it's in the beast is religion, right? So since it is in the Bible, we know that the biblical God is one of the heads of the four beasts. This is a benefit of OWASP because we actually know who we pray to. These boys, These boys not ready, man. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm gonna just tell you like this. I'm gonna just say like this, and I don't care who feel no type of way about it. JBN, John Baloo New World, will beat your God up. Now, what you want to do? Hebrews, Muhammadans, Buddhists, Brahmins, Confucianists. The white boy will smoke your God. What you want to do? I want all the smoke, man. I'm tired of people talking. You dig what I'm talking about? What up,
Yes, no.
Y'all Cal P must have somebody need to holler at real quick or whatever. But hey, look, that's the bruh right there, Cosmo Carol. A lot of people don't like his fiery spirit, but that's bruh. You feel me? And time periods and all, they go tap in with bruh, man. Bruh got them. Hey, these brothers been doing this for a while. Wow. Go ahead, Cal.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say, man, you dig what I'm talking about? It's smoke season all 2023. We smoking God pack all year. So you dig what I'm talking about now? You know, you can mealy mouth and say whatever you want to, but don't say no. Don't be a coward about it. If you're gonna point the finger and you're gonna say we ain't shitting, we ain't doing nothing, well, just have enough intestinal fortitude, right? To come off the porch. Bring your God off the porch so we can punch him in his mouth. Right. Ain't nobody whooped the Christian God in 2,000 years. Now you got 4 niggas with a white boy in a book whooping everybody.
Hey, you go crazy boy, man. Another powerful thing about OWASP. Dang, is it froze again? Froze again? I think it's froze, big dog.
Did it freeze up?
I think it probably froze up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think it probably froze up just a little taste.
Yeah. Be all right though.
But I was saying, beautiful thing about one of the most powerful things about OWASP, in my opinion, is that it exposes the false deities and gods everywhere.
Yeah. Be all right though.
You know what I mean? Everywhere, bro. You dig? Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Let me bring on my brother. Add to the string. Shalom in the building. Bless up, King. Dang, I don't know why this damn froze.
You can hear me, King?
Bang, bang, bang. I think that's what we at.
Peace, you can hear me, bro?
Sure. You don't sound like the signs. Oh shit.
That's high. I can hear you, C-Lock.
All right, what's going on with y'all boys?
Man.
Shalom, peace to the God. What's the word, big bro? What's the word?
Hey, man, I had to hop on real quick, man. I had to give you your victory lap. You won that debate hands down. You know what I mean? I was disappointed in the judges. Not you, Cosmo, but Christina and Daniela. They wasn't genuine and they wasn't, you know what I mean, keeping it 100 with that right there, because that was a definitely winner on your end, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be honest with yourself, and they didn't show that honesty right there. So it was like, yo, you win that, bro. That's an easy win, man. Your mic on mute, King. I think your mic on mute, Mally.
Your mic on mute, Mally.
My bad. I say, man, you know, we showed up and cleared the block anyway, bro. You know what I mean? Let off a 60-round drum. Right in the middle of that deal.
Exactly. Facts, yo. And like you said, man, the dude wasn't even on topic. He was like, he drifting off talking about some other shit instead of coming out the Bible and showing and proving what, you know what I mean, what's beneficial from the book. And he ain't showed not one. And even the scriptures, because Priest Daniela was like, oh, they saying he ain't pulled nothing from the Bible. But the shit he did pull wasn't beneficial. If you was to check that nigga on the shit he pulled, what was beneficial to what he said? Nothing. You can't even give no parables, no examples, no explanations, no practical guide to any of the things he said when it came to them scriptures he quoted.
Right, exactly. He just, man, bro, he turned this whole first round into about me.
Yeah, that was some crap shit.
Like,
that was some straight crap shit, yo.
Yeah,
that was some straight crap shit, you know what I mean?
That was weak, but he said it wasn't. He said it wasn't a debate. It was an intervention. You know what I mean? Stayed off topic. Said he would kill his son. Said he would kill me. Called me a nigga over 1,000 times, and I'm the one that didn't pull sources.
Yeah, that shit was
weak. Didn't explain what a WASPy was, like, bro. That's why certain people from debate leagues is in my inbox, like, bro, that whole thing was rigged. And I'm like, man, look, I knew the deck was stacked, but I showed any way to clear it. You know what I mean?
Yes. And then the thing about this.
Now, see, like, why ain't none of them rubbing it in our face?
But the thing about this is, like, this ain't a source reference debate. This is a chapter and verse out the book debate. So what sources got to do with anything other than, you know what I mean? The Bible's supposed to be the source and the watch supposed to be the source. That's it. Everything else is chapter and verse out the book.
Exactly.
So I don't know what these niggas be doing when they be deciding, these judges, or how they come to their conclusion. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, a lot of times, King, if it ain't your channel or some other channel, I ain't wasting time debating with these niggas. Because y'all niggas keep it straight down the middle. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely, bro. I most definitely feel that. But I kind of feel it when I seen the judges and all that. I already knew when he sent the flyer out. But I'm like, look, whatever. We gonna clear the block anyway.
Right.
We gonna drop these light bombs anyway. And guess what? Everybody from Israel to South America. Everybody from Israel to South America, like, hey, we watched that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, hey, we did our job, man. Creators undefeated, man.
Exactly. Facts. You know what I mean? Facts. And like you say, that you had me rolling because you say, yo, this is the quietest I ever seen a victory before. Cause them niggas is quiet, boy.
They quiet. They quiet. And they not rubbing it in our face that we lost.
Yeah, them boys quiet as church mouse is pissing on cotton, man. I ain't never in my life seen somebody pull it out the fire. You dig what I'm talking about? That know that they did a masterful work and didn't claim it, didn't celebrate it. You dig what I'm talking about? It's the same oddity that comes with JBN. Imagine, JBN wrote a masterful book, right? He wrote a master. It was channeled through him, right? He wrote a master book, but he didn't claim credit for it. That's equivalent to Prince not claiming Purple Rain or Michael Jackson not claiming Beat It. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it don't make sense. Hold on. It don't make sense for a man that they claiming to be this selfish, self-righteous, demonic, Masonic, white boy enslaver killer to not want to take credit for this masterpiece. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make logical sense. Why? You want me to tell you why it doesn't make logical sense?
Because they're narcissistic.
No. Because he's telling the truth. He didn't write it. He's telling the truth.
Like the biography sums up the totality of his whole argument. He let you know what happened. He said, yo, this is what happened. This is what they told me to do. They told me to select some of these pictures from over here. It's like he told you exactly what transpired in his biography. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's like.
And then said the angels, he told the angels, nigga, I don't know how to type. First of all, what is a typewriter? I don't know how to type. They was brand new.
Right.
You dig what I'm talking about? He was like, I don't know how to type. The angels told him, don't worry about it, nigga. We gonna type for you. Exactly. You dig what I'm talking about? So he wasn't fronting when he said, I didn't do this. This is not my work. This comes from somebody else. Believe it or not.
And
you dig what I'm talking about?
And then the crazy thing about that, well, how you know it's real is that when he's showing you his innocence of how the information came about, showing you this ain't come from his mind. When you get the book in the YAH'S, that chapter, it says this shit came from the libraries of heaven. So when John Newbro read that, he like, well, goddamn, I got to download for the libraries of heaven, doing this works. And then he even said anybody could do this work if they put their mind to it, they discipline themselves to purify themselves and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So it's not like niggas, like you said, we ain't worshiping no John Newbro. All we saying is that, nigga, this information to beat up the Bible and bring it to the table, nigga, that's what we saying. And that's all we saying. OWASP versus everything. You dig? Shout out to the Creator Gang in the chat.
Shout out to the Creator Gang. You said, boy, WASP versus everything. Hey, man, I must admit, you know what I mean, after reading it, bro, it's a very powerful, man. Like, I ain't never read nothing like it in my life. I'm going to keep it all the way solid with you, bro.
That's real, yo.
I ain't read nothing like it ever in my life. And I've read a lot of books, man, especially the spiritual ones, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've read all the stuff everybody catching up on now, the pseudepigraphers and lost books of the Bibles and
right,
Kabbalahs and Zohars and Nag Hammadi. I've read them all, bro. Urantia, you know what I mean? All the Nazarene, Essene literature, history. I've read a lot. You dig? I gotta be honest. I just gotta be honest. I ain't never read nothing like it.
Yeah, man. Niggas gotta be honest. You know what I mean? The way the OWASP glues, you know what I mean, world, religion, cultures, and history, put you in the arc cycles. Because like how niggas was trying to make fun of Thor earlier, like how you know what I mean, he was born in the Thor. But how did John Newbro know to place the information of the cycle of Thor with the petroglyphic system that came up on the scene 15,000 years ago?
Hey,
it's like, come on.
Way before the internet. Way before the internet, 1881, man.
How would he know? How would he know to perfectly put the oldest temple in the world or observatory in the world, Göbekli Tepe, right in the time of Osir when the very first temples were being built? How would he know? How would he know? He talking about some 12,000, 13, 14,000 years ago.
Good night.
Good
this
night.
Long, it's long before 3761, they creation myth.
Hey,
they got it was in a nigga nutsacks at that time, boy.
Hey man, how you listen? They say Egypt. They say Egypt extend back to 4,000 BC. That's older than the biblical creation date for creation.
Yeah.
3761 BC.
That's like 300 years before. Damn.
Yeah. It ain't even the year 6,000 yet.
They put that
By their calendar. Hey, listen, Unc just said, when they say the calendar is, I said 3761.
Well, hold up. You just opened up a can of worms. You just opened up a can of worms.
Prior to
Come on, man.
Hey, yo, check it. If you saying that the 6,000 years ain't come to a completion yet, that means we still in the 6th day. The creation ain't even over yet.
Dang, I ain't even think about
the
it
Sabbath
like that.
ain't even came yet. The Sabbath, the rest ain't even came yet. They got still out here creating.
So it should be men. So it should be men popping up on the corners everywhere, just coming out the sewers. It's just they like Ninja Turtles now. They just climbing off the roofs. Just niggas falling out the sky
like worms and shit, coming out the soil like worms and shit.
Yeah,
unknown animal species.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man. Hey, it's a beautiful thing. And like y'all say, once you start looking at things they digging about the earth, even coming down to the hominids and all that, and the different time periods like the ice ages and all that, bro. OWASP reveals a lot.
Yeah, yo.
A lot, man. When you get to looking at how, you know, you got your primitive man, and then mysteriously this nigga was walking up straight and you know what I mean? Like, okay, how did man gain his symmetry?
Right, exactly.
When did that happen? What was the time period? What was the method? You know what I mean, bro? You like, I gotta keep it real, bro. Like, when I got really down into that and really got to read and understand, man, I ain't never read nothing like it in my life. Dang. And guess what? It don't claim to be immaculate.
Exactly. Imagine that. Imagine that. With all the shit they got in there, that shit could damn sure claim that shit. But look at the humbleness of saying like, nah, we ain't immaculate. You know what I mean? We just gonna chill out. We gonna throw a little bit of, you know what I mean, immaculate things in here so y'all won't get caught out there. But yeah, other than that, man, you can't ravel that wasp. And that's just like I said, the arc cycles going into the gods, but let alone the science of creation, because niggas love science.
Yeah. I heard a gravel. One of your victims earlier was saying something about the vortex is the most stupidest thing. I'm like, bro, this cat is low hanging fruit for real, bro.
They intelligent about that vortex. Yeah. They mad because that shit make too much sense, and it's like, damn, okay. But then when we go on a 7-day creation story, that's why I did the video talking about God never said a day is 1,000 years. The only time God referenced time is in the Genesis account story. That was the only time for that nigga to say 1,000. Nowhere in the 7-day creation story is the word Alep, E-L-E-P, which is the word for 1,000 referenced. Because if the shit would have said, I created the heavens and the earth, and the first day was 1,000 years, I wouldn't be making that argument. The nigga said 1 day. When we looked at the strong concordance for day, the shit said yom, and the shit said 24-hour period. We can't overlook that. We can't play the game and overlook that. That's what the strong concordance say.
Yeah. Then you got the Psalms, but then like you were saying, David is speaking poetically, and Peter is quoting David's poem. Peter is quoting David's poem in 2 Peter. David is speaking poetically, and Peter is quoting that when he says that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But you don't got God himself saying a day is 1,000 years. You know what I mean? So I peeped it when you came out with that. I was like, oh, okay. Because you got Genesis 1 and God said.
Exactly.
And God said, why you more? It say in Hebrew, why you more Yahweh? Or why you more Elohim? Not even Yahweh. That's Genesis 1. Why you more Elohim? And God said. And he said 10 times in Genesis 1. Genesis 1, the phrase God said is in there 10 times. It's like the 10 commandments, 10 sayings of God. Well, in creation in Genesis 1, God said, why you more Elohim? That phrase is in there 10 times.
That's crazy, yo.
You know what I mean? And so he ain't said nothing about no day being 1,000 years. You dig? There.
He ain't say that. Then mango trees require at least 8 hours of sunlight, and mango trees was created on the 3rd day before the sun, moon, and stars. It's like, come on, how y'all gonna talk about the vortex when your creation story don't even synchronize with nature? Then it said it's created in 7 literal days. It's over for you niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. It don't even line up with the scientific method. You can't. It is an impossible. First of all, nobody is bringing up the fact that in the 3rd dimension, in this world we live in, it is an impossibility to have a light that doesn't have a source.
Right.
So where is the light coming from? And me the source. Tell me when he created that from what? Because light comes in the real world. What I'm talking about?
You breaking up bad, boy.
You breaking up, Cosmon.
And bad. Can you now?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah,
can you hear me now?
Better now.
Okay. Yeah. What we saying is in the 3rd dimension, in the real world, there is no light that doesn't have a source.
Right.
And it is an impossibility for plants to grow without photosynthesis. To have photosynthesis, you must first have a sun. You can't create a full-grown plants of all the species, whether in 24 hours or in 1,000 years, if there is no sun. So whether it's created 24 hours later or whether it's created 1,000 years. You're gonna have to show us the source of the light that predates the sun, and then prove in real time scientifically how plants grow without light.
Yeah, that'd be impossible. That's a long curve to get around. You dig? But if the premise is a day is 1,000 years, then that's actually 1,000 years without sunlight that the fruit trees are growing.
Exactly.
They saying that the fruit trees, since if we run with that phrase that a day is 1,000 years, and we look at Genesis 1 and say each day is 1,000 years, then bro, that means the fruit was growing a whole 1,000 years before the sun was created. Not just 24 hours, 1,000 years. If we go with that narrative, then we got to come on out and say that the fruit trees and vegetation and all that was growing 1,000 years before the sun was created. Not 24 hours, 1,000 years.
That shit don't make no sense at all, bro. That shit don't make no sense at all. And then the absence of light is cold. You know what I'm saying? You can't have goddamn heat without you can't.
So that means it's cold for 1,000 years too. While these mango trees is growing, man. Stop it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then it's not just cold; it's freezing cold.
Yeah,
33 degrees cold, Masonic cold.
There ain't no sun, moon, or stars for 1,000 years. Like you play it by their narrative. It ain't no sun, moon, or stars from day 3.
And then when you hit them with that, they'll try to wiggle their way back to the light in the beginning. And I say this is like Cosmo said, we live in the third dimension. So that light got to be visible the same way the sun, moon, and stars visible. So where that light at? That's when niggas start speaking wishful thinking. Yeah. Oh well, see, the light was the light of Jesus. Really, in the beginning, they start coming up with all type of mischief.
Yeah, because they say that in John 8:12, I am the light of the world.
Right. So now the light in the beginning is Jesus.
Yeah. So that's how esoterically speaking, that's how they'll connect it. You know what I mean? Say, okay, well, that was Jesus in the beginning. You know what I mean? But then somebody like Christina Nick can tell you, no, Jesus was the one in the beginning. God created the heavens and the earth. Right. So if who is Jesus? Is he the one that created the heavens and the earth, or is he the light that was brought forth when God said, "Let there be light"?
So that's my thing. How they gonna talk about the vortex when everything that you just said is based on is subjective? It's theology. It's theory. Yeah. We can't prove none of that. We can't show. We don't see no man floating in space creating nothing. But we see the vortex here. We see the galaxies. Yeah. We see the hurricane. We see the cyclone. Right. The Creator said, "The whirlwind I made as a manner of my created world." So that shows you right there that the whirlwind is an example of the force and power of Creator, and then the galaxies is an example in the cosmos of how it's done. That's in real time. That's practical. But you can't show me no nigga floating in space talking about something let there be light, and then later on down the line create the vegetation world, and then create the sun, moon, and stars. And then when we catch you on that, say, "Oh, that was so what? Jesus was just standing over the vegetation world, just his light was warming the planet." Like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, when you start really looking at it and Creator's methodology, a lot of that stuff, man, start sounding like Goo Goo Gaga. You know what I mean? Baby talk. Like, what the hell was I even believing, man? Like, God. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's always a time to elevate and get better. It's just wild, bro, just to witness the drudges, the drujas, the evil spirits, the dark spirits on these cats, man. When that light come out, boy, them cats get to turn that light off.
Yeah, dude lost his voice, man. The drudger took his voice away from him. You know what I'm saying? That nigga started beating his chest like King Kong, going crazy, and that's how it works. Cause even when the Messiah was walking around, he was stirring up them goddamn drudges. Niggas twitching their wrists, twitching their ankles, and twitching their neck, get stirred up.
Niggas twitching. And they got to try to bite his own ear.
Hey. Hey, that's where twerking began and shit. That's where the twerk started and shit.
Bro, he had croak all around his mouth. I'm like,
that nigga needed that $500, boy.
For the fact they gave it to her, I was like, boy, this is a sad day in Israel. Stop playing. Like, ain't no way in the world the barbarian horde won that. Like, stop it.
And I was shocked with Daniela too, boy. That shit really shocked me because you was calling that nigga out for a minute for a debate. So I guess after he seen this, he said, yo, let me leave this nigga Mally alone because he gonna bury my ass if I get in the ring with this nigga.
He gonna duck back off. He don't want no smoke dealing with Paul. You know what I mean? He one of them Paul bearing Paul believers. You know what I mean? He know what it is, man. I knew when he came out and said, I'm gonna say what I say, and whoever don't like it, I don't give a damn. I said, oh yeah, he about to vote the opposite way. You know?
And I noticed, man, them niggas don't really, even when they be debating on Sonnet a lot of times, they don't get in the book. When he had a debate with King James with Shaka and them, I'm like, y'all niggas still dealing with the outside. Y'all ain't never indulging in the book. And really, you know what? I don't really see too many niggas, well, except the Israelites, really going into the book and really dealing with chapter and verse. Right. When you see them Kemetic dudes, they always dealing with the external part of it. They don't never go into the literature. Only a few go into the literature, like maybe like Reggie and that Tahuti cat and a couple others. But you know what I mean? If we challenge them on the literature, that's where we gonna really see. We can challenge these niggas on the Kemetic literature. So put the ancient book of the dead up. Put your Kemetic creation story up against the OSP creation story. Put them up.
Yeah, battle of the holy books, man. And look, that's what it always been with us. Like when we first hooked up, I was like, bro, we need to go ahead and get everybody on stage, these holy books, and let the crowd ask questions. Let's see who got the answers.
And you know what, King? If we're gonna start our own debate league, that's what we need to call that shit. Battle of the Holy Bucks debate league, my nigga.
Yeah. We sit up and you know what I mean, and we officiate the whole thing, or coordinate the whole thing.
Yeah, because we're gonna be honest over here. Shit.
Yeah, you gotta be, and that's the thing, we're gonna be real first. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, look, I was more disappointed at both of them, Daniela and Christina. Like, I thought they rate was higher. They spiritual. Right. You be like, I would have been convicted voting against me after I saw that. I would have been like, I wouldn't have been able to openly cast a vote against a cat I know clearly won. I would have been me who I am. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. My spirit, I wouldn't have been able to sleep that night. Like, I just lied in front of everybody about some bullshit. You know what I mean?
But you know they God sent out lying spirits, so you know how that go.
Yeah, that's true too. You got an excellent point there, bro.
So if they God tell them niggas to lie, guess what? They gonna lie the same way they God told that little nigga is would you kill a baby? And he said, yeah, off with them niggas' head, man.
Yeah, that nigga said he killed his son. I said, I ain't no better than my brothers. Yeah, so yeah, this nigga is tripping. Like that debate over right there. You know what I mean? Debate over right there. You dig? So it's all good, bro. Like, man, Creator's glory. You know, all we gotta do is keep our foot on the neck of these false deities, bro, and just keep dropping. You know, the gang is getting bigger. More people are reaching out. My phone been blowing up nonstop since Sunday. All nothing but, bro, dang, I didn't know that was in there, bro. Dang, you smoked that, dang, bro. Man, y'all brothers is really doing it. I got Nazarite brothers sending me your video. They're like, see that live? I was like, yeah, y'all.
Hey, and the crazy thing is, yo, we ain't even touched the surface on these debates yet with the topics of how we can really get greasy on these niggas.
Yeah, I know.
You hit niggas with 61 benefits, just boom, 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 boom. Easy work for these niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let them line up these debates and get these topics and show and prove what this book about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got a couple tournaments all of a sudden, like, bro, and we really just want to smack some cats up. We got to jump in these tournaments. These cats by themselves ducking the fade. You know what I mean? But if we get into these tournaments that they got out there, then a cat ain't got no choice but to see you or duck in front of everybody and you advance.
Yeah, I heard I was listening to Sada overnight and it was talking about this little tournament and I heard my name come up with Judah Naz. I guess they're gonna try to link debate get Judah Naz to debate him.
You smoke him.
Yeah, that's easy work.
I think Cal P want to dust him though. Like Cal P really won't.
You know, he want Judah Naz? Shit, yeah, that nigga can take that nigga, man, because that's lightweight, man. Yeah, Judah Naz is a goddamn joke. He gonna get over there and joke around when I'm gonna be out there fucking dropping missiles back. You see how we spit? Headshots, body shots, back to back. Ain't gonna let up.
Look, he is not nowhere near ready at all. You know what I mean? I know what dude. He ain't nowhere near ready for us. And I'm talking about none of us, bro. He ain't ready.
And he's a defender of Torah. So he got to defend the Leviticus priesthood. Oh, nigga, it's a wrap.
Bro, that bro gonna lose. I'm talking about, bro, it's over before it starts. He better not come outside talking about some he defending the Levitical priesthood. Nigga, you gonna get smoked. You gonna get smoked quick. Everybody gonna be like, dang, he caught a body. Nigga, C-Lock caught a body 3 seconds in the round one. It's over.
You know what I mean? Hey, we be killing niggas with the freestyles on the lives, man. Just let alone if nigga you give me a month to organize some shit. What? That's dangerous, man.
Oh yeah, we pull that up real quick and get it done.
And then every video presentation nigga go live with is just ammunition. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't got no. All they gotta do is just go back in the archives and just rehash and just organize. That's it, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
We ready to rock. So if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's right. Exactly.
It's really that simple. You feel me?
But I ain't gonna hold you up, King, man. I just wanted to hop on and, you know what I mean, talk about your victorious win on this debate.
All praise to the Creator, man. Hey, look, it's an honor to be on the team. Like I told everybody, I'm just one brother of many brothers and sisters. We countless. We don't put no numbers on us. We count. We deep, mob deep.
Exactly.
You got people from every walks of life in the game. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
PhDs and all that. So
all
praises to the ever-present Creator, brother. I salute you, man. All the work over the years, holding that mantle, standing strong. Y'all go like, subscribe, share. /Shalom TV. Go to this playlist. Open up you with a waspy and learn what's really going on. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful journey. You dig? But that being said, all praises to the ever-present Creator. Much love, King.
Salute,
I'm about here, man. I'm gonna go get with these short leggers, get them together, try to give me something to eat, and get back in these streets tomorrow.
All right, man. Be safe on your journeys, King.
Okay, brother. Okay, brother. You too. Bless up. All right, fam. I'm about to get up out of here. Bye. Watch out. Okay. Watch out, little jump. Yeah, I'll move out the way. Nah, he ain't trying to give me no jump sucker move. All right, y'all. I'm up out of here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Pray for me as I continue to pray for y'all. One love, love and light. You know, stay sucker free out here, man. You dig? In the name of the Most High, ever present Creator, I salute you all. Bless up, bless up, bless up.